Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bruce the Moose in Wisconsin. Bruce the Moose Show. Today, we are reading part 2 of the new MCAO investigation report, recently obtained, I believe, through a FOIA request, and it is available on X, Reddit, and victimsoflauraowens.com. We are going through the second section. We are starting on page 38. Last night, Friday night, wild times. We got through page 38. If you go back and try to watch part 1, I did go back and surgically add some redaction moose to a few places. So if you can't access the video right away, YouTube is doing its thing with that. Now, as you'll see today, I'm in PDF gear because I have made some additional redactions beyond the original redactions that were supplied with the document originally. There's a section in here I really wanted to keep somebody's name out of, so hopefully I've done that. How's everybody doing today? It's a Saturday afternoon. I have plenty of water. The sun is out, but it's very cold. It's minus 5 degrees Fahrenheit here in Wisconsin. What is the temperature where you all are at? Are you doing okay? Lots of folks in chat. Hello, Bruce and the Musketeers. The Musketeers. Oh, boy. I like that. Stephen Callie, 3 thumbs up. GB Cheese. Is that Green Bay? Ooh, I don't know. IB and Sarah are here. Dawn has made it to the live. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Last night was a lot. Yeah, the front matter where they go through the case background and all of the felony charges and some of the evidence they have in the original interview with Clayton. I mean, this thing just gets wilder and wilder, guys. It is something. Rob is here. Okay, very good. What else is going on? I rock. Well, I mean, I just enjoy reading and trying to think, what can we learn from this case? What can we figure out? Can we determine if something's true? Can we determine if something's false? Can the state prove its charges in this criminal case? It's a lot. Can we be convinced? What sort of evidence do we need to be convinced? That's what I'm interested in. Pancake Hunter, I read this last night. It confirms what we all knew. It's amazing. Let's get into it. Snowed in here in Dallas. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go outside. Cold but dry in Colorado. Yeah, it's pretty dry here too. 22 degrees, chilling. Oh my gosh, it's cold everywhere. So we're going to sit here and read this document and stay warm. PCB Amy, it's 70 degrees. Okay. Look at the ice outside. Oh. Now, where we left off last night, the investigator was going through the 3 hearings in the Owens v. Eckerd paternity case, the IAH, the OOP, and the family court evidentiary hearing. Now, here he has the June 10th, 2024 evidentiary hearing with Judge Mata. Laura Owens is represented by David Gingras. Clay Eckerd is represented by Greg Woodnick and Deandra Arena. Let me get my own copy up here so I can point to the right things. Judge Mata placed all parties under oath. Mr. Gingras opened by stating that this is simply a paternity hearing and that it's moot because Owens is no longer pregnant. And of course, we disagree with this because Clayton had asked for a ruling of non-paternity and fees and potentially sanctions. So the judge has to rule on the issue of non-paternity and the fees. There are no other issues at hand and the petition should be dismissed. Okay, buddy. Mr. Woodnick countered by stating that the court not only has the establishment of paternity matter, but also there was fraud perpetrated on the court in multiple proceedings, and that attorney's fees and sanctions can be ordered in the case. Very good. Are you going for another 3 hours? Please say yes. I'm going to try. I think we can get to somewhere around page 80 in a few hours. We'll give it a go. It might be a three-parter, a trilogy, if you will. Owens took the stand. Owens testified that she connected with Eckerd online on May 17th. Where's my mouse? Owens reported that she was intimate with Eckerd on May 20th. Owens stated that she tested positive for pregnancy on the evening of May 31st. The following day, June 1st, Owens went to Banner Health and took a test there. Owens identified a document labeled Exhibit 2 as the results from Banner, which was positive. Again, positive HCG test being an indicator of pregnancy, not clinical proof of pregnancy. After learning of the pregnancy, Owens advised Eckerd she went to see Eckerd at his home on June 17th to talk about it. Owens testified that Eckerd wanted her to take a pregnancy test while she was there, and that she took the test in his presence. Owens testified that Eckerd actually watched her pee on the stick and that the results were positive. Oh boy. Mr. Gingras admitted Exhibit A2, which is an email sent to Owens by Eckerd on June 21st, stating that the chances of her being pregnant are low, considering that she only performed oral sex. He also wrote that they rubbed up against one another, and this may have allowed a sperm to make its way inside of her, like just one. However, this is a low probability. I mean, it seems unlikely. The grinding could do it. If you have one amazing running back, break through the secondary, go get that touchdown. Oh boy. Guys, anybody in chat rooting for particular football teams tomorrow? The big playoffs are happening. Seahawks, Rams, Patriots. Let's see. Owens testified that she had verbal conversations, texts, and emails where Eckerd told her that he thought she was pregnant. And of course, whether or not Clayton believes her is kind of irrelevant, because if you just believe someone because you think pregnancy is a mundane claim, you still could be proven wrong with scientific evidence. Okay, we got some Seattle fans in the house. Broncos, I think are strong contenders. Lions, buddy, I think that ship has sailed. I don't think anybody is beating Seattle. Yeah, I would say if I had to put down a favorite for the Super Bowl right now, it's Seattle. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Poor Denver, no quarterback. Yeah, their quarterback got injured, but they have backup quarterbacks. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Back to the recap. And this is kind of, we've all seen the June 10th hearing, but it's a good recap just to refresh our memories. Okay. Owens reported she took additional tests after the June 21st email and that she had a sonogram done in California at Planned Parenthood. Just one for a double high-risk pregnancy. That still seems negligent to me, even if it was one legitimate sonogram. When asked to explain why Planned Parenthood couldn't verify she was seen there, Owens said that she used a false name. And of course, people have explained you can't do this type of thing. But anyway, Owens indicated that she had not presented the sonogram as evidence in any court proceedings anywhere. And I don't think that's correct, because it did appear in court documentation. Mr. Gingras said that she obviously presented it in this case and asked if she changed the name on the top of the sonogram. Oh, okay. So he's correcting the record. Owens stated that she changed the location. She stated she did this because Eckerd was being threatening towards her. Citation needed on that. I mean, I needed to see what these threats are. And she didn't want him to know where she had gone or to track down her providers. Why not? If you had gone somewhere and you're no longer there, why would it matter if Clayton went there or called them up? This doesn't make any sense. Owens stated that she had the sonogram at the end of June. Mr. Gingras asked if something happened around July 23rd in terms of passing some tissue or anything like that. Owens said that she wasn't having any symptoms, but she did pass tissue that appeared potentially to have been a miscarriage. And of course, she didn't. If you're in the middle of a pregnancy with a public figure, she didn't go to an emergency room. This material was never looked at by a pathologist or a doctor. She just has some goofy cell phone photo that doesn't even have a ruler in it, so you don't know how big anything is. This is just the worst type of evidence for a case like this. It doesn't prove anything. There are decidual casts that look exactly like her photo. There's no evidence here around miscarriage that convinces me. When asked if she sought any medical care after the tissue passed, Owen stated that she texted a hotline for pregnancy and miscarriage questions. If you think you're miscarrying, this is a life-threatening potential situation. You need to go to the emergency room and see your doctor. You don't text a hotline like it's the Jenny O turkey hotline on Thanksgiving and you're worried you're going to burn your turkey. Guys. And she also had an appointment with a telemed doctor. Why don't you have a regular OBGYN if you're pregnant? Owen said she was told to monitor herself and that she didn't need to worry that it was a miscarriage unless she had more symptoms. That doesn't sound like any kind of medical advice somebody would give in this situation. I am very skeptical. Owens testified she took additional pregnancy tests on July 27th and August 1st prior to filing the case. Mr. Gingras referred to Owens' deposition and asked if it was true that she stated that Eckerd had sexual intercourse with her. Owens said yes. Owens testified she told him that night that she did not want to have sex, but Eckerd did not honor that request. Of course, his testimony is on the record, and he says that that never happened. So we have conflicting testimony. Mr. Gingras asked Owens if she did anything in the way of DNA testing to verify that Eckerd was the father. Owens said yes, she paid for a test at Rabgen in August. Owens reported that Eckerd did not schedule his part of the test. And of course, as we saw last night, his testimony is that somebody canceled his appointment without his permission. But he did go on to have subsequent appointments, and those results all came back little to no fetal DNA. Owens eventually completed the testing. The result was inconclusive, little to no fetal DNA. The test was on September 28th, and the results came back shortly thereafter. Owens reported that she took another pregnancy test on October 16th at Any Lab Test Now. Why isn't she seeing her OBGYN for regular ultrasounds, fetal heartbeat monitoring, and general medical oversight for a double high-risk pregnancy? Why are we going to a place that sounds like it's in a strip mall next to a Quiznos? Any Lab Test Now? I don't know. This was a blood test, and the results indicated that she was pregnant. Okay, it's a pregnancy indicator, not proof. We need proof, guys. Owens testified she learned that she was no longer pregnant on November 15th. Well, you have to prove you're pregnant first before you can assert that you're no longer pregnant. This is a causal reasoning problem. This was at a facility called Mom Doc. Owens reported that she did not file anything further in this case after the November test. After this test, Owens filed for mediation, saying that she wanted to go over the test results and to dismiss the case. Why didn't she just go over the test results and dismiss the case, try to dismiss the case without mediation? This doesn't make any sense. Mr. Gingras redirected to proof of pregnancy and asked Owens if she took a photo of a test that she took on May 31st. She said yes, and that she took the photos referred to as day 11. She sent that photo to Eckerd. Mr. Gingras then referred to a photo of day 21, which also shows a positive result. Owens agreed that this is the test Eckerd gave her. Eckerd photographed the test and sent it to her. Fair. Mr. Gingras admits Exhibit A1. Okay, so we've got the pregnancy test from Banner on June 1st and the day 11 and day 21 images. Owens testified that she did nothing to tamper with any of the results of these 3 tests. Oh boy. She also testified that she did not use any drugs, hormones, or substances to alter the outcome of the tests. Uh-oh. Owens testified that she did not use anybody else's urine to change the outcome. Well, that's good. What do you guys think? Seems the little butterball had no bird in the oven. I love it. What else do we got? As somebody who donates to and supports Planned Parenthood, I find her attitude towards Planned Parenthood as a less than healthcare org so offensive. Agreed. There is a lot of lack of diligence or lack of correct sort of care or consideration for the institutes of motherhood and the surrounding domains like healthcare, ultrasounds, and things like that. It's just kind of wild. Her tight email refutes her claim that there was P in the V intercourse. Exactly, drunkest turtle. These things, even if it's mere confusion, do not paint a good, coherent story for her. And this is why it's so hard to believe her testimony because there are so many inconsistencies. Even if they're mistakes instead of conscious deception, it is a credibility destructor, in my opinion. She's a bad mother, just like her mother from conception. Yeah, she doesn't seem to really demonstrate any compassion or care for these unborn children. They are just tools in her toolbox for her manipulation. All right. Mr. Gingras referred to Exhibit A2. Oh, wait, we were up here at this next paragraph. Oh, boy. Mr. Gingras referred to Eckert's deposition, stated he testified he wanted to make sure she didn't bring anything into the bathroom, but she couldn't pee in front of him because she said she had stage fright, so he closed the door so she could pee. Owens testified that he's correct. She had stage fright, but she did pee in front of him. The door, we don't know. Was the door open, closed, partially open? We don't know. Eckert's testimony was that the door sort of started out open and then he later closed it because she said, whoa, 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 which we've heard before. Mr. Gingras referred to Exhibit A2, where Eckert writes that it's important that they do a paternity test because if she is pregnant, there's no question that it's his. What? If there's no question it's his, why would you need a paternity test? No, you need a paternity test because you want to confirm and make sure there's no question that it's his. Owens indicated that Eckert wanted her to take a paternity test and that if she didn't file this case, that he would. Logic is confusing. Mr. Gingras admits Exhibit A3, a message in her patient portal, to Dr. Zeman at Barrows, where Owens is part of a DV brain injury program. Okay, and that's fine. But somebody in a DV brain injury program is not diagnosing clinical pregnancy. Mr. Gingras refers to the message to Dr. Zeman that she went to Planned Parenthood in California. She said in an email that they did a scan there, confirmed she was pregnant, and they saw a sac there. So, of course, Miss Owens can give whatever patient history she likes to her doctors at Barrow. But are the doctors at Barrow going to methodically go through and confirm every single thing she said independently? Independent verification? I don't think so. Mr. Gingras asked Owens if the statement she made to Dr. Zeman was truthful. Owens said yes. So we just have to believe her. Okay. Mr. Gingras asked Owens to explain why she changed the name on the top of the sonogram from Planned Parenthood. Owens said she didn't want Eckert to know where she had gone to get the sonogram because he had been intimidating before. I don't understand this logic at all. You want to keep it a secret even though the event is in the past. I don't understand. Gingras refers to Eckerd's Exhibit 31, which he describes as an email from Owens to Eckerd, which says ultrasound video proof and states, Clayton, here's my 100 billion% real ultrasound video. That's a lot of percent. Mr. Gingras asks Owens if she recognizes that. Owens says it's not an email that she has sent, but she has seen it since. Owens denied sending that email to Eckerd. Owens denied ever sending Eckerd an email with an ultrasound video attached. But of course, we see the email in court. Owens said she suspects that Greg Gillespie sent that email to Eckerd. Owens stated that Gillespie had hacked her email before and has admitted to hacking other people's emails. What? Greg Hack. I feel like maybe that should be like my third thumbnail. It should just be a giant font covering the entire thumbnail that just says Greg Hack. It just seems to be the fallback. When they get trapped in a corner with contradictions in their testimony, the answer is just Greg hacked it. When things don't make sense, it's because it's usually a lie. Yeah, it's not compelling. It's not convincing. My screen is black. Try reloading. Guys, anybody else having trouble with the screen? Let's get back to this bad Larry. Whoops. Greg Hack. Mr. Gingras admits Exhibit A5. The exhibit is described as an email receipt from Ravgen from an August 15th payment. Toward the bottom of the email string is an email from Owens from August 18th stating that Eckerd has refused to take the prenatal paternity test. Uh-oh. Owens indicated that the email is accurate and the reason the test didn't happen in mid-August. Mr. Gingras refers to Eckerd's Exhibit 9. Owens recognizes this as an October 14th email from her to Eckerd regarding a sonogram video. Owens writes that it matches a still video that Dave Neal sent her. Owens indicated in the email that this is not her ultrasound. Mr. Gingras asked who Dave Neal is. Owens said he's a content creator. Owens indicated that Neal sent her an ultrasound video and asked if it was hers. Owens responded to Neal telling him that it was not hers. Owens stated that she has never had an ultrasound video with Eckerd and that she has never sent anyone a sonogram video claiming that it showed the pregnancy with Eckerd. Also in this email, Owens is stating that he was high the night and may not recall, but he was on top of her on the couch and was begging her to let him put it in, and she said no. Owens indicated in the email she thought he was just fingering her, but he stuck it in briefly. Oh no. Owens said she wrote this to Eckerd and it is accurate. Owens stated that this is what happened that night on May 20th. According to Owens, Eckerd did not reply to this email or deny that this is what happened. Of course, he has his own testimony in the case, which contradicts this story. And we know Reality Steve literally has the email from Ms. Owens with this ultrasound video. The prevailing theory is that because Reality Steve is kind of an audio podcaster, she sent Steve this video, but didn't send the video to Dave because Dave's more of a video creator. And she didn't think the video would get back to Dave. But of course, Dave and Reality Steve doing investigation compare notes. And then Dave gets to see this video. So I believe Reality Steve can confirm that she sent him a video. And I guess her argument would be, oh, Greg's a hacker. Greg Hack. Mr. Gingras submits Exhibit A9. Owens described this as the result of the pregnancy test she took at any lab test now. Any lab test now. What's it? 877 get cash now. What, JG Wentworth? On October 16th, get HCG now. It's my fake twins, and I want HCG now. Owens agreed that she was still testing positive in mid-October 2023. Referring to Exhibit A9, Owens denied doing anything to tamper with the test, such as taking any drugs or injecting herself with anything. Womp womp. This was a blood test. The blood was taken by a phlebotomist. Owens testified that she filed for mediation 2 days after this test. Owens indicated that she understood that this was probably not going to be a viable pregnancy after she received the results, but still believed that she was pregnant. What? She believed she was pregnant with a non-viable pregnancy? That's when you need to see an OBGYN or go to the ER. Do you want to die of sepsis? Gosh. Mr. Gingras admits Exhibit A11. Owens describes this as the records from MomDoc on November 14th, 2023. This pregnancy test was found to be negative. Mr. Gingras admits Exhibit A6. This is the video of herself showing her pregnant stomach on September 19th, and A7. And we saw these in the evidence tampering and perjury charges. A7. This is a video of herself showing her pregnant stomach on October 9th. You have to prove pregnancy. You can't just say, this is my pregnant stomach. That's a claim. We need evidence to prove your claim. The claim itself is not evidence. Owens testified that she did feel symptoms of pregnancy between the dates of May 20th and November 14th. There's various symptoms listed here. Owens believed she weighed 133 pounds when she was seen at MomDoc on November 14th. Owens stated she is currently 91 pounds. And again, somebody's weight is irrelevant to proving pregnancy. If you truly have a double high-risk pregnancy and you see an OBGYN, they're going to want to see you every other week, probably, maybe even every week for some amount of time. And they will track your weight, they will track your HCG, they will track other indicators for your pregnancy and do clinical confirmation of your pregnancy. She didn't do any of that. Owens testified she was pregnant with Eckerd's children, that she believed she was pregnant by Eckerd and had no reason to think she wasn't when she filed the case. And that's her whole problem. She's always talking about she believed she was pregnant. Well, can you prove it? Start proving it first and then go to court. Monday morning quarterbacking over here. Deandra Arena cross-examined Owens. Excitement. Miss Arena reminded Owens that she was under oath and had to testify truthfully. You can keep reminding her, but I don't think it's going to do any good. Owens agreed that fabricating or doctoring evidence is dishonest and unreasonable behavior. Okay. It's like talking to third graders or something. You can't just fabricate your homework, kids. Ms. Arena asked Owens if she testified that she was 100% pregnant on November 2nd during the injunction against harassment hearing. Owens said this is correct. Ms. Arena told Owens that she testified she was 24 weeks pregnant at the time. Owens said this is correct. Ms. Arena referred to Exhibit A11 and stated that the appointment at MomDoc was 12 days after she was cross-examined. Owens said this is correct. Ms. Arena asked if it was confirmed that she was not pregnant at that appointment. Owens indicated that this was correct. Ms. Arena said that this MomDoc record also shows she was diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. Owens said that she has had that since she was 17. Ms. Arena reminded Owens that at the previous hearing, she asked her about any physical health diagnoses that she had. Owens did not recall. Ms. Arena told Owens that she failed to mention that she had PCOS. Oh no, sin of omission. Another inconsistency. If we just, we have this tower of inconsistencies like Jenga, and we're just piling them up and up until the tower falls over. It's crashing down. Rob says, I guess she's a self-made doctor, lawyer, paternity specialist, maternity ward nurse, and anything else. I mean, I think she's done a pretty poor job of, if she's truly committing fraud here and trying to fake this pregnancy, I think she did kind of a poor job of it, actually. Oh boy. You know what's easier than 900 p-tests is just going to one in-person doctor appointment. Exactly. And we do not have it. We don't have it. She wants people to feel for her like they do Eugenia Cooney, but she picked the wrong crowd. Yeah, she just doesn't have the evidence to convince people. Um, Very good. Where were we, guys? Doc, PCOS. Owens didn't recall but was willing to take her word for it. Serena told Owens that she also failed to mention that Dr. Chan and Dr. Yi diagnosed her with cancer in 2016 and apparently removed one of her ovaries. Owens denied that this happened under oath. And of course, we've seen all of the text messages and attachments related to this 2016 ovary removal, cancer, Dr. Chan, Dr. Yi, hospital photographs from the Mike Maricini laptop, which was forensically investigated. So there's another inconsistency. Oh my gosh. I hope you didn't Google EC. Um, what is EC? Where did we have that in here? If it's some medical condition, yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to Google gross stuff in the other window here. Um, but this is the reality, man. Like the healthcare, it gets real at the end of the day, right? Um, and everybody that knows how these things really work are the people that can look at Laura's evidence and say, no, this doesn't make sense, or yes, it does make sense. That's the benefit. Owens denied this happened. Miss Arena told Owens that according to what she self-reported to MomDoc, they listed a miscarriage date of August 12th, 2023 at 8 weeks pregnant. Owens said yes, but she was also never pregnant in 2019. So she doesn't know where that came from. Ms. Arenas confronted Owens with the fact that if she miscarried at 8 weeks pregnant, that would not line up with her alleged conception date with Eckerd. Owens said that she doesn't know and that she never told them that she was 8 weeks pregnant on August 12th. We may just never know, guys. It's mystery miscarriage. It's so disturbing. She's so laissez-faire about this miscarriage. This is life-threatening situation. Ms. Arena told Owens that on her MomDoc record and during her deposition, she testified that she self-reported that she passed 2 sacs that appeared to have a membrane. Ms. Arena referred to Owens to Exhibit B49, her deposition record. Ms. Arena asked Owens if she recalls sitting for a deposition on March 1st, 2024. Owens recalled. Ms. Arena admits Exhibit B49, the transcript of Owens' deposition form 3124. Ms. Arena referred Owens to page 149, lines 18 through 21, where she states she started spotting, meaning she was having a light period in August or September 2023. Owens stated that she wasn't having a light period. She didn't end up getting a period until November. Ms. Arena directed her to page 151, line 24. She claims she passed the 2 sacs that appeared to have a membrane in September or October. Owens said this is correct. Ms. Arena told Owens that in the MomDoc record, she stated that she passed the 2 sacs a few weeks after her alleged ultrasound at Planned Parenthood. Owens said it was a few weeks after. Ms. Arena said that there seems to be an inconsistency there. Owens agreed and said she wasn't sure what the date was. This is what happens when you have your feral pregnancy in the desert under a cactus. You don't know when anything happened. You don't have any records. You go to court, family court, and you don't know the dates things happened. This is not proper preparation, guys. If you're going to have your twins under a cactus in the desert with nobody around, never getting ultrasounds, never seeing a doctor, I mean, that's your choice. Just don't drag people to court for it. Ms. Arena told Owens that she claimed that she had an ultrasound in Southern California at Planned Parenthood. Owens said this is correct. Ms. Arena told Owens that during her deposition, she testified that the ultrasound was in Mission Viejo, California at Planned Parenthood on July 7th. Owens said that she did say it was there. This is where she was staying at the time. Ms. Arena told Owens that while being questioned by her attorney, Mr. Gingras, she stated that she went to Planned Parenthood under a fake name. Owens indicated this is correct. Ms. Arena told Owens that she never told her office that she used a fake name while knowing that they were seeking her records from Planned Parenthood due to the alleged ultrasound that she had there. Owens said, right. Why comply with discovery? Look, Woodnick, I'll give you 3 files, but this 4th file, I don't feel like it. Not today. Not today, buddy. Owens said she thought the entire purpose of going to Planned Parenthood was to remain anonymous. Now, when you're going to court for paternity and you want to turn over all the evidence to prove your case to opposing counsel, what? That doesn't make sense. And that was one of her protections. Protections against what? Fraud charges? Ms. Arena directed Owens to Exhibit 28 and asked if this is a true and accurate picture of the ultrasound that she claims she got at the Planned Parenthood in Southern California in July of 2023. Owens stated that it looks like it, and that is the ghost ultrasound. Ms. Arena admits Exhibit 28, the ultrasound image from July of 2023. Ms. Arena pointed out this image does not say Planned Parenthood. It says SMIL, Southwest Medical Imaging Lab. Owens said this is correct. Ms. Arena told Owens that she admitted in her deposition that she altered the image from Planned Parenthood to say SMIL on the Adobe Acrobat program at her home. Does she have the Adobe Cloud subscription? That stuff's expensive. God. Owens said correct. Ms. Arena stated that during the deposition, Owens testified the date on the ultrasound, July 7th, 2023, was correct and had not been edited. Owens said this is correct. Ms. Arena told Owens that she later admitted that she lied about altering the July 7th date. Owens said correct. What? Oh. So she gave the wrong date in the deposition? Oh boy. Owens said correct. Ms. Arena told Owens that on April 16th, 2024, she executed an affidavit stating that the actual ultrasound date, which was already doctored, was July 2nd. Oh no, guys, July 2nd is not July 7th. These are 2 totally different people's birthdays. Oh, Owens said correct. Ms. Arena reviewed that she had changed the date from July 2nd to July 7th. Why would you do that? That's interesting. This doesn't make any sense. The Arizona taxpayers are paying for her Adobe Acrobat program, of course, like everything else. Yeah, so she has a public defender. Her fake name was Fakey McFake Namerson Von Anonymous. Can you imagine going into a Planned Parenthood and they're like, okay, can we get your name? Yes, my name is Fakey McFake Namerson Von Anonymous the third. They'd kick you out. I don't know. They would laugh and then kick you out. Oh my gosh. What else? What else we got, guys? Do you know if it takes a village to raise a child? I think it's taken an entire community of people watching this case to raise these fake twins. Just Jen is here. I think they missed that she told Gingras on direct that she had the ultrasounds done at the end of June. Yeah, now, so we've got the end of June, and now we've got July 2nd, and now we've got July 7th. The chaos is ongoing, guys. The chaos. Then she messed up and told Deandra that she got it on July 2nd. Yeah, this is just all over the place. Ms. Arena reviewed that she had changed the date and utilized the altered ultrasound to try and convince Eckerd, the court, and the media that she was pregnant with Eckerd's twins. Owens responded by saying that this was never submitted to the court. And of course, the ghost ultrasound was. Ms. Arena asked Owens if she was aware that Planned Parenthood has no record of an ultrasound for her. Owens said yes for her real name. Owens agreed that she did not provide Woodnick's office with the name she used. Tough luck, Greg Woodnick. Owens contended that she did receive an ultrasound from Planned Parenthood. I don't buy it. Ms. Arena refers to Exhibit 29 and states this is a copy of the request from her office to Planned Parenthood and the response regarding Owens' record, dated April 26th. Ms. Arena admits Exhibit B29, the request and response. Ms. Arena told Owens the response from Planned Parenthood reflects that she had scheduled an ultrasound appointment for July 2nd. but failed to attend. Owens said correct. Oh no. Ms. Arena told Owens that the response also states the ultrasound image she states was from Planned Parenthood was not from Planned Parenthood because it was not consistent with ultrasound images generated by their practice. Yeah, they'll have specific machines. Maybe it's made by Hewlett Packard or some other healthcare company making tech, and it'll have an overlay, and those will be very specific to the place you visit. Owens said, not by the one in Mission Viejo, correct. Ms. Arena and Owens argued at this point for a bit. Then Ms. Arena stated that the request was for all Planned Parenthoods in Orange and San Bernardino counties. Owens stated that it didn't cover Los Angeles, LA, Hollywood. Ms. Arena asked if she was now saying she went to a Planned Parenthood in Los Angeles. Maybe she was trying to get her big break in Hollywood. Owens said yes. Ms. Arena asked when she went to Planned Parenthood in Los Angeles. Owens said it was on July 2nd. For the canceled appointment? This is crazy. Ms. Arena told Owens that in her deposition, she reported that she passed the 2 SACs, possible miscarriage in September or October. There's no evidence this is a miscarriage. Unbelievable. Owens agreed. Ms. Arena said that she then changed the date and claimed that she passed the 2 SACs on July 23rd. Oh, another date change. Guys. Owens said, right. Right. She said, yeah, I changed that date too. Ms. Arena told Owens that she actually had an appointment scheduled with Dr. McCool, who she reported was her high-risk perinatologist, for July 24th. Owens stated that this is correct, but she had canceled days prior. This is what she does. She makes an appointment and then cancels, and then uses the appointment documentation and self-reported notes as evidence. So she's trying to bootstrap her own evidence, even though it's not good evidence. This is the strategy. Owens stated this is correct. She'd canceled dates prior. Ms. Arena stated that she rescheduled for August 7th. Owens indicated that this is correct. Ms. Arena told Owens she had 4 appointments scheduled with Dr. McCool that she never attended. Owens said this is correct. You have a double high-risk pregnancy and you cancel 4 appointments and never go to any appointments with a OBGYN or high-risk perinatologist. It's not good. Ms. Arena confronted Owens, telling her that she didn't attend these appointments because she knew that this would have resulted in a medical record that stated she was never pregnant. Bold assertion. There was a sustained objection. The question wasn't answered. I mean, of course, Ms. Owens is going to say, I was totally pregnant. Ms. Arena told Owens that during the November 2nd hearing, she denied that the DNA test results came back with little to no fetal DNA. Owens stated that she said that it was little to no fetal DNA and that it was inconclusive. And what I remember from the November 2nd hearing is she kept saying the testing's ongoing, and she was complaining about Clayton declaring that there was an initial result from the first test, and that Clayton should not have said that there was an initial result from the first test because the testing was ongoing. So that was the contention that Laura had in the November 2nd hearing that Deandra here is trying to refer to. Owens stated that she said it was little to no fetal DNA and that it was inconclusive. Ms. Arena told Owens that she also ordered and took a blood HCG test at any lab test now on October 16th. Owens agreed. Ms. Arena then told Owens that by October 16th, she had reported that she had been seen at Banner, Planned Parenthood, Dr. McCool, Dr. Higley, and Dr. Zeman. Owens agreed. Whoa. Zarina said that instead of going to any of these providers for the test, she went to an entirely new provider. Owens said that she just went on her way home from taking the RavGen test. So she just had Google Maps out and she clicked the little plus button that says, add a stop on your route home. And it took her to any lab test now, I guess. She's going to hit the Verizon store. She's going to hit RavGen. I don't know, maybe go to Target, pick up some flip-flops, and then hit up any lab test now. I mean, it's all on the way. Totally makes sense. Ms. Arena referred to the HCG test, which initially showed the result of 102. Owens said she thought this meant she was pregnant, but then learned it did not. She's a real scholar, our Miss Owens. Ms. Arena confronted Owens by telling her that she altered the test twice. Owens reported that she only altered the test once. I don't think that's the flex she thinks it is. Owens said she did this to send it to Dave Neal to get him to stop creating harassing videos. And again, I pointed out last night, you send an HCG test of your bachelor pregnancy to Dave Neal, he's just going to make a video about it. That's what Dave does. Owens said she doctored the HCG level to 102,000. When showed Exhibit 17, Owens indicated she was in error and she actually doctored the test to show 131,902. Very good. Or very bad, depending upon who you are. Ms. Arena told Owens that as of October 17th, she had reason to believe that she was not pregnant. Owens said after doing some research, yes. Ms. Arena said that she then proceeded to lie under oath at the hearings on October 24th, 25th, and November 2nd. Owens said, that's not correct. Ms. Arena told Owens that instead of telling the truth, she tampered with the HCG test to increase the level, and she offered that as support for her pregnancy. Owens said that was to a content creator, not the court. Of course, yeah, you're not going to get charged with perjury for telling the court the truth and for lying to Dave Neal, but it is a bad look. Don't lie to my guy, Dave Neal. Anyway, where were we? Owens said, okay, Miss Arena told Owens she also testified on November 2nd that her OBGYNs were Dr. McCool and Dr. Higley. Right. Owens said this is correct, and also that her main perinatologist was Dr. McCool. Miss Arena told Owens she last told the court that she had seen Dr. Higley last Friday. A very strong declarative. I saw the doctor last Friday. Owens said, right. Miss Arena said she lied to the court when she made those statements. Owens said that she had an appointment scheduled that she did not attend. Miss Arena told Owens that being seen by a doctor is different than having an appointment scheduled. Owens agreed. Oh, good. We're making progress. Miss Arena told Owens that she was dishonest when she said she was seen by Dr. Higley on the Friday before the November 2nd hearing. Owens said, correct. It's a very minor thing. Guys, you have to be impeccable with your word when you're under oath. It's not a minor thing. Ms. Arena told Owens that she's never been seen by Dr. Higley or Dr. McCool for any medical appointments. Owens said, this is correct. If she was really pregnant, that's negligence. She should have been seeing these doctors. Owens also agreed that records from Dr. McCool's office showed that she has made 4 appointments that she never attended. 10-minute break. This recap by the investigators is pretty good. It's a good summary. Everyone give baseball signals. What? Are you guys? What's going on? Fingers was signaling her, telling her to steal third, not say July 23rd. Oh, that's hilarious. I can't wait to see who paid for the HCG. We all know it's Chance. There's no way she didn't know. Well, there is a new Reddit post this morning where somebody has noted that the company identified in this document as having sold HCG to Laura is the same billing agency that is listed in the bankruptcy case as an unsecured debt. So I think the answer may be over there on Reddit if you want to go check that out. She was going to Quiznos and went to a lab. I mean, I've made that mistake myself. You know, one minute you want a turkey bacon guac, and the next minute somebody's drawing your blood. That's life, right? Ravgen wants nothing to do with this nutball. Probably not. Nick Viall is auditioning to play Brett from Ravgen when we all know his talent is any lab test now caliber. Yeah, I mean, I think if anybody should play Brett from Ravgen in the Lifetime made for TV movie, it should be me. I can do it. I'm ready, guys. Director, call me up. Let's see. Lifetime. Laura voluntarily gave Dave every piece of content he produced about her, yet felt the need to cry about it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Dave made a video when there was news. So if there was a Sun article, if there was another news story, if there was a court document, if Laura sent him things over email, if Clayton made a statement, if Woodnick made a statement, Dave just followed the news. It's pretty reasonable. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for some HCG today. It's pretty crazy. Um, the pegboard with yarn again. Yeah, these dates, guys. Can't keep track of them. Okay, where are we? Let's go back to the PDF. Ms. Arena told Owens that on November 2nd hearing, she had a due date of February 14th, 2024. Owens said this is correct. Ms. Arena told Owens that she doesn't have any medical records to support the date. Owens said that she does have a record from Banner Health. Ms. Arena told Owens that the records she provided from Banner don't indicate a due date. Owens said that it was told to her in conversation. Somebody in a casual conversation at Banner Health told her a due date, and they didn't give her any medical records. I don't know. Do you guys buy that? Owens agreed that the medical records from Banner that have been admitted don't have a due date on them. Ms. Arena told Owens that she had been involved in court cases since at least 2016. Owens said no. Ms. Arena referred to Exhibit 17 and said there are 3 different types of highlighting. Owens agreed. Ms. Arena told Owens that she highlighted this on the same Adobe Acrobat program that she used to alter the other records. Owens said the doctor highlighted the point of care test results, and she highlighted first trimester pregnancy and encounter for pregnancy test on her iPhone. Ms. Arena referred to the HCG test and stated she took this test before she missed her period. Owens stated that she doesn't get a regular period. Ms. Arena told Owens that she has alleged that she became pregnant by 4 different men. Owens agreed. Oh boy. Ms. Arena said that all 4 of these men told her in one way or another that they believe she fabricated those pregnancies. Owens said that the first was not so specific about that. What did he say then, Laura? Oh no. Ms. Arena mentioned that 3 of them were there at the hearing. And what would all 4 of them say today? I wonder. Ms. Arena told Owens she was never pregnant by Clayton Eckert. Owens said this is absolutely incorrect. Why do you need an adverb, Laura? If you were pregnant, just say you think you were pregnant. Also, I think if Laura was being intellectually honest, she should have said, well, I thought I was pregnant, but now I realize I failed to bring sufficient clinical proof of pregnancy, paternity, and miscarriage to the court. To me, that's the correct answer. But I don't know that she can admit that she made a big error like that. It's unfortunate. Mr. Gingras began to redirect, as he does. Mr. Gingras referred to Exhibit A30, a timeline. Owens indicated that this accurately represents her version of the chain of events. Mr. Gingras admits the timeline. Mr. Gingras asked Owens regarding Banner if she authorized Mr. Woodnick or his firm to get records from Banner. Owens said yes and confirmed that Mr. Woodnick received records from Banner. Owens also testified she believed the 102 HCG reading meant that she was pregnant. Mr. Gingras called Dr. Michael Medchill, oh boy, Dr. Medchill, to the stand as an expert in obstetrics and gynecology. But note that Dr. Medchill was not Laura's OBGYN. He is just an expert witness in this hearing. Dr. Medchill testified that almost half of all pregnancies end in miscarriage. It's fair. And again, I don't care about statistics. I care about what happened in this case. What can he prove that happened in this case? Mr. Gingras refers to Exhibit A12, his written report. In preparation, Dr. Medchill reviewed medical reports that are listed in his report. Dr. Medchill had a question regarding medications. Dr. Medchill obtained the medication records from Barrow Neurologic Institute. Dr. Medchill testified that there was over a 99% probability that Owens was pregnant in 2023. And this is where Medchill and I have a disagreement, because to me, If you take a blood or urine HCG test and it indicates HCG, the mechanical operation of that test will have an efficacy over 99%. But that is an indicator of pregnancy, and there is no statistical determination that you can make about a singular person's pregnancy. A 99% probability is a probability for a statistically significant set of data. Like out of 1,000,000 clear blue HCG tests, less than 1% will give you the wrong answer. That's the only thing you can say about a 99% probability. So I don't understand where Dr. Medchill is going here. I don't know if he was confused or if he just wasn't questioned properly, but this doesn't make any sense to me. Dr. Medchill cited that he only considered provable facts. Okay, thank you. First, there was intimacy of some type. Fair. Secondly, she had a positive pregnancy test at Banner. Okay, a blood or urine HCG indicator test. Fair. Third, she had a result of little to no fetal DNA on a test in September. Fair. This tells him that the pregnancy had failed. Okay, first of all, dude, you did not establish the clinical pregnancy to begin with. You can't logically infer that the pregnancy failed until you demonstrate a pregnancy. You're putting the twins in front of the horse. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, there's a cart, there's a carriage, there's a bassinet, a basset hound. I don't know. You're putting the twins before the basset hound. What else? Even though she had a positive pregnancy test. Fourth, she still had a positive blood HCG test of 102 on October 16th. Finally, the bleeding in November joined with the negative blood test at MomDoc indicates that the pregnancy was finally completed. I think the only thing you conclude was that at those particular points in time, she was not pregnant. She may not have been pregnant for the entire time. We don't know. And he has not provided an argument as to why he thinks she was pregnant and then was not, versus never being pregnant through the whole thing. He never explains this. This is my problem with Dr. Medchill. Dr. Medchill indicated that pregnancy was possible when genitalia are rubbed together. Sign up for Dr. Medchill's OnlyFans and you can get more gems like that. Oh boy. The fact that Eckerd denied there was sexual intercourse had nothing to do with the pregnancy. Okay. Dr. Medchill's opinion was that there was no way of knowing when the pregnancy was no longer viable, but the pregnancy ended in November when the test was found to be negative. Okay, buddy. You never established the initial pregnancy to begin with, sir. Sarah says, hold me like I'm pregnant. Can't get over that from last night. That is wild. That is wild. Okay, and then Just Jen has the link, the document we're reviewing. Okay. I'm grateful Sarah didn't teach her to bag the man before the baby, because I can't imagine anyone stuck with Laura other than Dingus. Yeah. The whole family is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Ooh, Cocoa Puffs. What was your favorite kids cereal? You know, I always liked what is it, like the little shredded wheat biscuits with the frosting on the one side? It's like half and half. I used to get those in college. Eat them before a big exam. Anyway, where the heck are we, guys? Mr. Gingras asked Dr. Medchill if he feels that he has relied on a tampered with data set informing his opinion. I'm glad we're asking Dr. Medchill about his feelings. Dr. Medchill said, absolutely not. All he used to make his decision was the fact that there was some type of intimacy and laboratory tests. Okay, but the lab tests are indicators, not proof, sir. Dr. Medchill could not conclude that Eckerd was the father as he had no DNA evidence. Well, that's good. Mr. Woodnick cross-examined. Mr. Woodnick told Dr. Medchill that if he was relying on bad data, the opinion would not be credible. Dr. Medchill said the data he used was data that he believed to be credible. Yeah, I mean, to me, this wasn't the greatest question from Woodnick. I would have rather asked Dr. Medchill how he ruled out fraud in his analysis in determining that she was actually pregnant prior to any potential miscarriage. That's what I want to know from Dr. Medchill. Mr. Gingras admits Exhibit A12. Mr. Woodnick admits Exhibit B9. Mr. Woodnick admits Exhibit B31. Mr. Woodnick calls Dr. Samantha Deans virtual attendee. And we've got Dr. Dean's CV as B39. Mr. Woodnick asks Dr. Deans if she reviewed Owens' medical records. Dr. Deans indicated that she had. Mr. Woodnick refers to Exhibit B41, Dr. Deans' report. Dr. Deans is tendered as an expert. Dr. Deans reported she had concerns about the legitimacy of some of the records. Mr. Woodnick presented Dr. Deans with Exhibit B28, an ultrasound from Owens, and asked if she was aware that it was altered. Dr. Deans indicated that she is. Mr. Woodnick told Dr. Deans that Owens claimed that it was anonymous and from Planned Parenthood and asked for her thoughts. Oh boy. Dr. Deans stated that patients cannot be seen anonymously at Planned Parenthood. Dr. Deans was a former director at Planned Parenthood and reported that Planned Parenthood requires identification at the time of the visit. So if Laura used a fake name, does that mean she had fake IDs? Isn't presenting fake ID a little sketchy, if not a crime? Interesting. The patient cannot be seen anonymously. Dr. Deans also reported that nothing she saw on the terms of records indicated that Owens was pregnant with twins. Dr. Deans was referred to Dr. Medchill's report and disagreed with many of his findings, including the May 20th conception date. Yeah, the one problem here, we have no medical records saying, hey, we have a diagnosis of twins, let alone boy-girl twins. And of course, later on Twitter, Miss Owens' attorney said that he thought that Laura's assertion that she was having boy-girl twins was just a feeling, like when you guess what's inside a present on Christmas morning. Now, if you keep your twins in the boxes wrapped up in bows, you got to do it right before the kids are going to open the presents, because you don't want the twins in the boxes overnight under the Christmas tree. That's not safe. Anyway, I digress. Let's see. Dr. Deans also reported nothing she saw in terms of records indicated Owens was pregnant with twins. We saw that Dr. Deans was referred to Dr. Medchill's report and disagreed with many of his findings, including the May 20th conception date. Mr. Woodnick admits Exhibit B41. Mr. Gingras cross-examined Dr. Deans. Mr. Gingras questioned Dr. Deans regarding HCG levels in the blood. Dr. Deans reported that the HCG could come from a variety of sources. Correct. Because HCG can come from a variety of sources, the presence of HCG is not a logical proof of pregnancy. You have to either rule out every other possibility, which is probably difficult to do, or you have to do a different pregnancy determination test. Eckerd takes the stand. Eckerd agreed that he participated in and signed the pretrial statement. Eckerd testified that Owens targeted him on LinkedIn. She asked him to do real estate. They exchanged contact information. She became flirtatious, sent him provocative photos. He told her to come over. He showed her homes the next day. Mr. Woodnick asked if he had sex with Owens. Eckerd said, absolutely not. Oh, no, not an adverb, Clayton. He reported that she performed oral on him 2 times, and that's it. Okay, that's very straightforward. Mr. Woodnick asked if he's heard other versions of this. Eckerd said he's heard many versions, including that he R-worded her and also that he was too high to recall. Of course, guys. I don't know a lot of people who have a gummy and then just black out. That doesn't make any sense. Eckerd said he heard many versions. Eckerd said he recalls everything from that night. Right, because it's, the gummy is not going to make you forget everything. Mr. Woodnick asked if he R-worded her. Eckerd said that he did not. Eckerd reported that he ejaculated in her mouth both times. After the second time, Owens ran to the bathroom. Eckerd denied that his fluids were ever down there. Oh boy. We got to GPS track these guys. Eckerd reported that the following day he told Owens that he crossed a professional boundary and that it would never happen again. According to Eckerd, Owens became very agitated, started crying, and asked him to give her a chance. Whoa. Like, let's just pull the brake on that. Oh my gosh. Eckerd stated that 4 days later, she claimed she could possibly be pregnant. Eckerd denied that his penis ever went inside Owens. Oh boy. So we have contradictory testimony there. Mr. Woodnick admits Exhibit B3. Eckerd testified the extreme amount of contact from Owens, including to his parents, friends, and business associates. Eckerd reported that Owens was claiming that he was a deadbeat and was not supporting her through the pregnancy of twins. Deadbeat Bachelor. It's a sexy headline. Mr. Woodnick admits Exhibit B7, an email from Owens that Owens denied sending. Oh dear. Did she? In this email, Owens references her tight vagina. Oh no. I'm uncomfortable. Responding to Mr. Woodnick's question, Eckerd stated that the email read that if he would have felt how tight her vagina was, he might change his mind. Eckerd surmised that she is stating that he never penetrated her, that they never had penetrative sex. Another contradiction or a discrepancy at the minimum. Mr. Woodnick admits Exhibit B6. Referring to Exhibit B6, Eckerd stated that email dated June 28th. Eckerd read the email titled, "Having the baby if I don't hear back tonight." Which sounds, it's selling the Subaru Outback if I don't hear back tonight. It sounds like something you'd get from your used car salesman. Oh no. We can only hold this Outback for you for 24 hours, and then it's going to the highest bidder. Mr. Woodnick, referring to Exhibit B11, asked if Owens sent him ultrasounds during the time period. Eckerd said that she did, and that B11 is an ultrasound that he received from Owens. Eckerd described how he knew it came from Owens. Eckerd testified that this ultrasound video came from a YouTube video from 7 years ago. Eckerd stated that he has seen 3 separate ultrasound videos. Woodnick admits 28, the ultrasound video. Eckerd testified that he received this from Bonnie Platter, a California attorney. Mr. Woodnick stated that Owens testified she did not use this video in any court proceeding, but it was admitted by Owens through her counsel as an exhibit at the February 2nd, 2024 deposition of him, Clayton Eckerd. Eckerd reported that his deposition was posted on YouTube by Owens or her lawyer. Oh dear. Mr. Woodnick asked about Owens' deposition. Eckerd reported that Owens did not show up for her first deposition. Mr. Woodnick asked what happened a day or two before Owens' second deposition. Eckerd stated that she threatened to extort him for $1.4 million in order for him to drop the deposition and end the case entirely. Mr. Woodnick admits Exhibit 55, the extortion letter from Owens. So the extortion letter made it into the court record. So that was interesting because we were asking about that last night with the investigators' notes on that. The hearing concluded at this time. In her ruling, Judge Mata made her findings on June 17th, 2024, finding for Eckerd. Judge Mata also ordered the Maricopa County Attorney's Office to conduct an investigation regarding Owens for perjury and tampering with evidence. Investigation continues. I hadn't thought about that. Does that change things? I hadn't ridden a horse since I was in my 20s, and that was a minute ago. Wait, what's going on? As I start doing Kegels. Oh no, I don't need to know about that. Oh dear. I can't imagine chasing after a guy that's rejected me. That's when you just move on unless you decide to just be friends. I'm friends with my ex. I'm keeping his cat right now. What? There's a lot going on over at Amy's. I think there's a lot going on. Her HCG came in a syringe, so she lied. I mean, it's not a good sign, guys. Oh yeah, we never got through the cereal. Where'd you guys oh yeah, frosted mini wheats. Those were good. Golden grams. Okay, that's good. Frosted mini wheats. Yeah. Ooh, Captain Crunch. Oh, that's like when you get the cereal where there's so much sugar that your just mouth starts to feel like it's melting or something. I can't handle that. It's too much. Too much sugar. But it's good, especially when they put the weird, the crunch berries or whatever in there. I don't know. Cracker Jack box. Ooh, that sounds good. Got here late catching up on the crazy money-making scheme, right? Hold me like I'm pregnant and keep my family out of bankruptcy, right? Oh, dear. That's bonkers. This will get awkward. Exactly. I know. Okay, guys, are you ready for the next section? Oh boy, Bruce, it's going south in here. What? No, everything's fine. It's all good. Um, I may still be dickmatized by him. Wait, by who? What? The guy who has the cat? Um, who remembers O's cereal? Hmm. I would do anything for alphabet cereal to come back. Ooh, you could spell words. You could spell HCG. Okay, let's find the next section because we're gonna start to get into some new things, guys. It's gonna get real interesting. So we're an hour and 10 minutes in. We're gonna go. This is a marathon, guys. What do we got? Okay, so we've got a new report. Let's get into it. During the course of this investigation, I reviewed the transcript and video recording of Laura Owens' deposition that took place at the offices of attorney Greg Woodnick in Phoenix on 3/1/24 with the following observations. Now, this is interesting because we as the public have not seen the raw deposition footage other than the little clips that were on YouTube that Laura or her attorney put out there. So this could have new information. Laura Owens was put under oath by a court reporter prior to the testimony. In addition, Mr. Woodnick advised Owens that she has the right to exercise her Fifth Amendment right against self incrimination. Very good. Mr. Woodnick asked questions regarding Owens' income and businesses. Owens explained that she is half owner of a podcast. Nobody told me. A horse dealership, Quartet Farms, and a real estate business with her mother. And of course, that's kind of wild because in the bankruptcy hearing, she testified that there was a period of time where she didn't know that she was on one of these with her mother. And then they subsequently removed her from that one. I think that was the real estate one. So the inconsistencies keep coming. Owens was asked about her epilepsy. Owens reported that she had an epileptic restriction on her driver's license in California in 2017 and is currently prescribed lamotrigine, an anti-epileptic. She is also prescribed dextroamphetamine for ADHD and Zoloft and Abilify for depression. Owens also mentioned being on abortion pills. Owens agreed that she would not have a problem extending the HIPAA release to include these records. Owens reviewed her doctors. Dr. Zeman is her neurologist. She had also seen a doctor at MomDoc and a provider at Banner Urgent Care. Owens reported that she had also seen a provider at Planned Parenthood in Mission Viejo, California within the past 24 months. But I guess it was LA. This was in July 2023. Owens had not seen any Planned Parenthood providers in Arizona. Owens reported that she would go to One Medical for general practice. When asked about her OBGYN, Owens reported that she would see the doctor that she saw at Mom Doc. What? Owens reported that she had canceled appointments with other OBGYNs and she had been accepted into a high risk practice, but she canceled the appointment. Owens was asked for the names of any OBGYNs that had actually seen, not that she canceled appointments with. Exactly. Let's ignore the stuff that doesn't matter. Owens stated MomDoc and Tamara Lister at Banner Urgent Care. Mr. Woodnick said he understands that the only doctors she had seen that are board certified to address pregnancy or alleged pregnancy related issues include the provider at Planned Parenthood in Mission Viejo in July and MomDoc. Owens said this is correct and that she has seen other providers that were not obstetricians. Suspicious. Mr. Woodnick reviewed email addresses and Reddit postings regarding the case. Ooh, interesting. Okay, and that's all redacted. Mr. Woodnick discussed civil litigation in California. There was a personal injury case where she was represented by the law firm of Joe Cutshed. Do they mean Joe Cotchett? Mr. Woodnick suggested she had a restraining order against Mike Maricini in California as well. Owens indicated that this also involved a pregnancy. However, the restraining order was 2 years after that. Mr. Woodnick said that she also had a case involving Sean Roanhorse here in Arizona and that Roanhorse has contacted the media in regard to the current case. and that is the contractor that did work on their property, and there was a lawsuit related to that. Owens indicated that she was aware of this. Owens was aware of this through Dave Neal, a content creator. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she had a civil suit against Greg Gillespie, who also claimed that she had fabricated a pregnancy. Owens indicated that this is correct. Mr. Woodnick asked if Maricini claimed that she fabricated a pregnancy. Owens said not at the time, but indicated that Maricini's brother-in-law did claim that she faked the pregnancy. Okay, and we've seen that. That was a affidavit from the brother-in-law who said that at the time Ron had explained that this was all made up. Mr. Woodnick reviewed, stating that Maricini, Gillespie, and Eckert all claimed that she fabricated pregnancies. Mr. Woodnick asked if any men other than Maricini, Gillespie, or Eckert had any protective orders filed against them by her. She said no. Mr. Woodnick reviewed and discussed bar complaints that Owens had filed. Oh no. Mr. Woodnick then brought up board complaints, specifically a complaint with the Arizona Department of Real Estate. Owens agreed that she did file a complaint with the Arizona Department of Real Estate against Eckert, and also stated she filed a complaint with the Registrar of Contractors against Sean. Mr. Woodnick asked how many men she has told that she was pregnant by. It's an awkward sentence. Owens said 4. Mr. Woodnick reviewed that she told Maricini that she was pregnant twice, and then once each for Gillespie and Eckert. Owens stated that the 4th man was M in 2014 or 2015. Owens reported that the M pregnancy ended in a miscarriage when she was approximately 6 weeks along. Mr. Woodnick asked if there were ever an accusation from that the pregnancy was fabricated. Owens said yes. Oh, that's a little different than what she said on the stand June 10th. Mr. Woodnick stated that 4 men have alleged she had claimed to be pregnant by them and that it was a lie. Owens said correct. Mr. Woodnick asked if Owens had ever submitted an application to appear as a contestant on ABC's The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I mean, who hasn't, guys? I mean, I've got all my audition tapes over here if you ever want to see them, but we'll save those for later. Owens said no. Mr. Woodnick challenged this. Owens stated that she did make a video that she didn't think she submitted. She didn't think she submitted it. What? You don't know? Oh, dear. That she didn't think she submitted years ago for The Bachelorette. For The Bachelorette. She wanted to go straight to The Bachelorette without being on The Bachelor first? Wait, what? You can't just jump the line like that. I mean, maybe you can. The video was created at her parents' home in San Francisco. Her parents now live in Arizona. They moved here about 3 years ago. Owens reported that she was approximately 22 years old at the time of the video, and that either her mother, Jan, or her sister, Sarah, filmed it. Oh, boy. This is very Brady Bunch. Mr. Woodnick reviewed the names of several prescription medications. Okay, we're done with The Bachelor, I guess, guys. Prescription medications, Novarel, Ovidrel, Pregnil, Prophecy, Clomiphene, Clomid, and Seraphine. All these drugs. It sounds like a prog rock band's set of albums over the years or something. Like these guys were almost as famous as Genesis. Owens denied that she had been prescribed by any of these medications. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she had mentioned having PCOS. Owens indicated that she was treated for this by Dr. Chan, a gynecology oncologist in San Francisco with California Pacific Medical. Dr. Chan specializes in cancer. Mr. Woodnick asked if she had ever seen a fertility specialist. Owens indicated not. Owens testified she has never seen a fertility specialist or taken a prescription to enhance or encourage egg follicle dropping in the reproductive system. I mean, sometimes you just got to encourage some egg follicle dropping. A little pep rally. Get it going. Mr. Woodnick referred to Exhibit 1, a sonogram dated August 6, 2021, from Family Planning Associates. Mr. Woodnick asked whose name is on it. Owens reported that it's her name, but denies that it's her ultrasound. Oh, no. Mr. Woodnick referred to Exhibit 2 and asked if she sees the text message. and if she'd seen it before. Owens said she'd seen it as part of the exhibits in the other case. Mr. Woodnick states it's appended to the ultrasound and asked if she sent the text to Gillespie on August 6, 2021. Owens said that she did not. Mr. Woodnick refers Owens to page 2 of Exhibit 2, another text along with a zoomed image of the image on the first page. Owens denied sending that to Gillespie also. And of course, we've heard the phone recording conversation of them talking about this stuff. And she's sitting here in deposition denying it. It's a bad move. Mr. Woodnick asked Owens if she understands that the ultrasound images in Exhibit 1 and Exhibit 2 are the exact same ultrasound images. Owens agreed that both have her name and information on them, however, denied that they are hers. Okay. Mr. Woodnick referred to Exhibit 3, an Honor Healthcare Scottsdale sonogram dated August 8th, 2021. Owens testified that it has her name and date of birth on it. However, it's not her sonogram. Mr. Woodnick referred to Exhibit 4 and 5 text messages sent to Eckert in May 2023. Owens reported that she did send those. Woodnick summarized, by stating that he understands that she is not responsible for Exhibits 1, 2, and 3, but did send 4 and 5. Owens agrees. They're getting somewhere. This is good. I don't know if it's good for her. Owens reported that she believes that her email had been hacked. Greg Hack. And she alleges that Gillespie had gotten her password and had gotten into her email in 2021. She alleges it, but can you prove it? This is the question. Owens testified that Gillespie had manufactured the ultrasounds. Can you prove it? Can you prove it? What do we got, guys? And she's still trying to damage Mike Maricini. Yeah, those cases are ongoing. Okay. Uh, Laura Wilson. Glad I caught alive about what and why anyone would think of investigating little old me. I mean, these things happen. I'm embarrassed by how much I would be willing to pay to watch. Um, what? To watch what? As any lab test now. Okay. Well, we're watching things. This crazy shit keeps on giving, right? Isn't Clomid a fertility drug? That's probably why he's asking about it. Um, I would say. Oh, I see the audition tape. Yeah, I want to see the audition tape. Yeah. I think people have looked around. People have asked around, but nobody's come up with one. I must see them, right? Okay, that's how she can get out of bankruptcy, charges to watch the video. I mean, if her podcast covered this case, it'd probably be a moneymaker, big moneymaker, right? GBG says my screen door is incuttable. That's hardcore. When you sign a HIPAA release, don't forget to date it with the wrong date. Okay, guys, it's 2026. Has anybody incorrectly written 2025 on anything yet this year? I bet a bunch of people have. I don't know. Chat is spitting facts all at the same time. That's good. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of interesting analysis about these medications. Lamotrigine is for her bipolar. She's lying. Okay. Lamotrigine, sold as Lamictal, is an anticonvulsant medication that treats epilepsy and is a mood stabilizer for bipolar. So maybe both. And we don't know that she has a published diagnosis for any of this, at least that we, the public, have seen. It's a walking medicine cabinet. It's a long list. It's so weird with most epilepsy medication. It's pressed to make sure not to get pregnant. It's checked even before taking the meds as they can cause serious birth defects. Oh, interesting. Yeah. In an email to Gillespie, she says she'd be willing to drop her case if he's having a mental breakdown from stress and changes his mind. Oh, man. That is wild. Okay. If the case, these investigators they need to go to happy hour and figure out this case, right? Appreciate you reading this. Yeah. I am here for the people and for little chocolate donuts. Yum. Okay, let's get back to the document. New comments. Doodly do. There was discussion about Owens suggesting that she may be pregnant 5 days after her encounter with Eckert. Owens stated that she was not on birth control and was considering taking the Plan B pill. That would put a quick end to all of this, wouldn't it? Oh boy. During the exchange, Mr. Woodnick stated that she was present during Eckert's deposition and he stated that she gave him a blowjob 5 hours apart. Owens stated that Eckert testified to that. Owens suggested that they had penetrative sex. Owens testified that she sent a text to her sister, Sarah, the day after the encounter, telling her that Eckert stuck his penis in when I told him not to. Okay, guys, raise your hands if the day after a hookup, you're texting your sister all the details. 'Cause I know I'm not. Mr. Woodnick asked if she was suggesting that Eckert R-worded her. Owen's response was, "That's technically a definition." Oh boy. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that her testimony now, 9 months into this process, is that Eckert had penetrative sex with her against her will. Owens stated that he stuck it in when I told him not to. Mr. Woodnick discussed Exhibit 18, an email that Owens sent Eckert on July 21st, 2023. Owens acknowledged the email. Owens was asked to read the top paragraph on the second page. Quote, "Obviously, I would like to have sex in the future, and I feel like I'm the safest person you could have sex with since I'm pregnant. But if you really think, like you said yesterday, my goal was to date and get pregnant during this time, we can hold off on it. However, it occurred to me that you might believe me more about paternity if you were inside of me and felt how tight I was after not having sex in more than a year. Maybe then you'd believe I hadn't been sleeping around. And again, you wouldn't be doing me any favors, etc." End quote. Mr. Woodnick compared Exhibit 5, a text exchange with Eckert, and Exhibit 6, a text exchange with Gillespie from July 2021. Woodnick asked if Owens was on birth control in July 2021. Owens could not recall and was not sure which doctor would have prescribed the birth control. Owens reported that she stopped taking birth control during the time she was with Gillespie and she didn't go back on it. Mr. Woodnick referred to Exhibit 7. More texts with Gillespie. Mr. Woodnick asked Owens to read a text on page 2 of the exhibit. After reading the passage, Mr. Woodnick confirmed that she was telling Gillespie that she would stay with him, that she negotiated an abortion with Gillespie based on his willingness to stay with her in a relationship. Owens said this was a decision that they made. That they made. Okay, so that doesn't sound like coercion. Mr. Woodnick told Owens she suggested to Gillespie that she would get an abortion if he agreed to date her. Owens stated that Gillespie originally suggested it. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that this is the exact same thing that she did with Eckert. Owens denied the similarities. Oh, no. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she claimed she was pregnant twice with Maricini, and Maricini suggested that was fake as well. Owens reported that Maricini went to Planned Parenthood with her to have an abortion. Was he? What? They let him in the room? Mr. Woodnick asked if Maricini would testify that she faked 2 pregnancies. Owens said that Maricini would say anything to prevent having a restraining order against him. Mr. Woodnick asked what MM would say. Owens didn't know. Mr. Woodnick asked Owens if she agreed that 3 men have claimed that she had used pregnancy for leverage in a relationship. Owens disagreed concerning Maricini, stating they had dated for a year after that. He would say it now because he hates her because she filed 2 restraining orders against him. Oh boy. Mr. Woodnick reviews Exhibit 8. I mean, she's trying to impugn somebody else's credibility. Well, she literally has the worst credibility of any witness I've ever seen in a case. Oh no. Mr. Woodnick reviews Exhibit 8, a text to Eckert dated June 28th, 2023, where she tells Eckert that she would not take abortion pills if he doesn't date him. When asked, Owens disagreed that this was similar to her discussion with Gillespie. No, they're not the same. What? Mr. Woodnick discussed Exhibit 9 with Owens, an ultrasound dated July 7th, 2023 from Scottsdale Medical Labs. Owens stated that she had been a patient at Scottsdale Medical Lab. Owens reported that her name and date of birth appears at the top of the ultrasound. Mr. Woodnick asked if this is the ultrasound that she received at SMIL. It was presented by Bonnie Platter in the prior proceeding. Owens agreed that it was, however, reported that it was actually from Planned Parenthood in Mission Viejo, not LA. Oh no. Owens stated that she changed the facility from Planned Parenthood to SMIL because she didn't want Eckerd to contact the doctor. I wonder why. Mr. Woodnick asked if she changed anything else on the ultrasound. Owens said no. Mr. Woodnick asked if this is the only document she has changed or altered that is involved in this case. Owens said yes, this is the only one. I only altered one medical record, not the flex she thinks it is. Mr. Woodnick asked if she's aware that Ms. Platter used this exhibit in her proceedings. Owens was aware and stated that it is her ultrasound. Oh boy. Mr. Woodnick referred to Exhibit 10, an SMIL ultrasound, and asked Owens what the identifying information on it is. Owens stated her name and GA17W0D. Mr. Woodnick asked if this is her ultrasound. Owens indicated no. Mr. Woodnick asked how many ultrasounds she has had for this pregnancy. Owens said one. It was at Planned Parenthood in Mission Viejo, not LA. Oh no. Owens stated that she went anonymously with a fake ID. Oh no. After some heated discussion, Owens now admitted to putting her some heated discussion. Owens now admitted to putting her name on the top of the Mission Viejo Planned Parenthood ultrasound Exhibit 9. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that there is an expectation of honesty when she submits records to the court. Naughty. Owens stated she didn't believe she submitted this to the court. Wait, he just asked if she's aware Miss Platter used this exhibit in her proceedings. What is happening, guys? During further discussion, Owens stated that the date on Exhibit 9 is correct. Oh, is it? Mr. Woodnick asked Owens how she got the ultrasound image, if she received it via email, if she walked out of the facility with it, or some other way. Owens did not recall. Does he get pregnant? You go get your first ultrasound and you don't know, where did I get this picture? I don't know. What? Are you kidding me? Oh, there was further discussions about obtaining the original ultrasound from Planned Parenthood in Mission Viejo. Owens said she would do what she could to help obtain it. Oh, yeah, that worked out real well. Owens explained that she went anonymously because she didn't want anyone to find out she was pregnant. Wait, you said in court Clayton was threatening you and you didn't want him to talk to the doctor. You didn't say anything about other people finding out you're pregnant. This is conflicting testimony, guys. Conflicting testimony right here. Oh no. Mr. Woodnick revisited Exhibit 10, an email from Laura Owens at nobodytoldmeshow.com that has an ultrasound video attached. Owens reported that this ultrasound is not hers and denied sending the email. Maybe her mom sent it. Owens reported that she did not contact Eckerd from this email address. Mr. Woodnick moved on to Exhibit 11, an email that she sent to Eckerd on October 14th, 2023. Owens agreed that on October 14th, 2023, she told Eckerd that she was pregnant and that her neurologist was saying that she was pregnant. Okay, your neurologist cannot diagnose clinical pregnancy. Oh boy. Guys, this is freaking me out. Mr. Woodnick moved to Exhibit 12, a sonogram indicating that there are twin boys. Owens reported that this is not her sonogram. Oh, no. Owens also denied that she'd ever seen this sonogram. Exhibit 13 is an appointment that she made with Dr. McCool on July 24th. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she testified under oath before Judge Galketsis on November 2nd, 2023. Owens said correct. Mr. Woodnick reminded Owens that she told Judge Galketsis that she had seen Dr. McCool. Owens said that she was accepted into his practice. Okay, those are two different things. Mr. Woodnick confronted Owens, telling her that she didn't lie, she just misled. Oh no. Owens responded by stating she didn't feel that this was a fair way to say it. It's not fair. Guys, it's not fair. It's not fair. They're not letting me do what I want. Owens did not deny that she had never seen Dr. McCool. Wait. What is that sentence? Owens did not deny that she had never seen Dr. McCool. Okay, so she never saw Dr. McCool. Oh, guys. My eyes hurt from rolling them so much. Yeah, that's where most people who don't want others to find out they are pregnant don't do interviews with the press and make Reddit posts about it. I'm the anonymous woman in the Bachelor Clayton Eckerd paternity scandal. This case is giving me a migraine headache. That's a big fish. I can't wait till we get to Jan's statements. Yeah, we're going to get there. We're going to get there, guys. I'm not skipping anything, or we'll eventually get there. We're never getting to pages 70 to 71 today. We'll see. What do we got? Oh, 55. Oh boy. We got a ways to go here, guys. We'll see. Part 3, part 4. Where's my mouse? Exhibit 14 is a text she sent to Eckerd where she states that she will bring over the ultrasound and that the pregnancy was dated, which agreed with the timeline of May 20th as the conception date. Owens also tells Eckerd that if he agrees to date her, she will book Ravgen. What a bargain. Mr. Woodnick stated that the Ravgen test does not claim that Eckerd was involved in this. Owens' response was that it says there is little fetal DNA. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she was pregnant with twins and asked her to show him the ultrasound with twins. Oh boy. Owens said she thinks it's Exhibit 9. Owens reported that she sent that ultrasound to an online provider who told her it looked like a boy and a girl. Owens could not identify the provider. Oh, so this is interesting. So it wasn't a feeling, as Gingras said on X. She's now claiming under oath that she sent an ultrasound, presumably the ghost ultrasound, to an online provider who told her it looked like a boy and a girl. How do you get boy and girl from the ghost ultrasound or any of these ultrasounds? I don't understand. This is sketch. This is sketchy, guys. This is new stuff right here. Sent the ultrasound to an online provider who told her it looked like a boy and a girl. That's crazy. Exhibit 35 is an email to Eckerd and an image indicating that twins are coming in February 2024. Owens agreed she created it, however, denied posting it. Oh, okay. She pledged it, but she didn't donate it. Owens reported that she sent it to Eckerd. Mr. Woodnick referred to Exhibit 18 and indicated that it's an email that she sent to Eckerd on July 1st, 2023. Mr. Woodnick states that she said she was accepted as a patient at Scottsdale Perinatal Associates. Woodnick asked if she would find any records of her seeing a doctor at Scottsdale Perinatal Associates, SPA. We're going to have a spa day, guys. Owens said no, there would be a record. There would be a record of her in the system, though. Okay, that's so again, she creates a record but doesn't go see a doctor. What the heck? Owen stated that her neurologist sent records of her condition to Scottsdale Perinatal. Oh boy, her neurologist. Mr. Woodnick stated that he had been provided with recordings of 2 phone calls with staff at Scottsdale Perinatal Associates that confirmed the receipt of the ultrasound from Planned Parenthood to verify the pregnancy. Uh-oh. Owens indicated that this is correct, although no Planned Parenthood can verify. I mean, a provider at Planned Parenthood cannot confirm this pregnancy or this ultrasound. This is crazy. Owens indicated this is correct. Owens stated they got the ultrasound from Planned Parenthood that she sent. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that Dr. McCool said he never got an ultrasound from her. Owens said she emailed it to his staff. Owens said the ultrasound she sent Dr. McCool's staff was not altered. It did not have SMIL on it. Oh, really? Interesting. Exhibit 34 is a video titled Crying on Facebook. Oh no, guys. Guys, not crying on Facebook. It's Saturday. We don't want to cry on Facebook. Owens reported that she stated that she had been pregnant twice because that's what was publicly known. So he's confirmed with her here under oath about all these pregnancies. And then he's saying, well, you said something else in this video on Facebook. Oh boy. She's lying to Facebook, guys. Somebody get Zuckerbuck on the phone. He's been lied to. When asked if she made it public, Owens testified that Maricini and Gillespie made it public knowledge that she became pregnant. What? She said she would prefer not to have the other pregnancy be public record. Mr. Woodnick stated that there were five, two with Maricini. Owens said she put it on Facebook for her private friends, and one shared it with the world. Okay, that's not true either. She made a public post and then later made it friends only. She's trying to throw some random imaginary friend under the bus. I'm not buying it. Mr. Woodnick advised Owens that she has 1,700 friends on Facebook and asked if she was surprised that it got out. Owens expected it to be private. Oh, Laura, she doesn't understand how the internet works. Also, this is a good point from Just Jen. That's why she introduced herself. At the beginning of this video, she says, "My name's Laura Owens." Why is she saying her name if she made a video for her private friends only and then somebody leaked it? It was public until somebody on Reddit pointed out it's goofy to make a public video and say, like, people started talking about it, and then she privated it. But if you're going to make it private from the start, you wouldn't introduce yourself. It's crazy. Okay, guys. A Facebook post was so awkward to watch. Exactly. Zuckerbuck. I don't know. What's his name? Smoking these meats. I don't know. Where the heck were we? Owens expected it to be private. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she had 5 pregnancies with 4 men, all 4 of which have claimed that she was engaged in fraudulent activity. Owens took issue with MM and stated that Maricini's story has changed, and it's important to note that he went to Planned Parenthood with her to have an abortion. I mean, we don't know the details about that. Like, did he give her a ride and he sat in the parking lot and she went in and looked at brochures? This is, you know, a detailless claim. My mouse. Exhibit 38 is an email dated September 21st that she sent to Eckerd. Mr. Woodnick tells Owens that in this email she threatened to self harm. Owens indicated that this is correct. Mr. Woodnick asked if it's correct that she also threatened self harm in an email to Maricini. Owens said that it was in a text. Oh boy. Woodnick explains that he is trying to establish commonality, that there are 4 men that have claimed she said she was pregnant and at some level have disputed the fact that she was pregnant and that she has threatened self harm to some of those 4. Owens agreed it was Maricini and Eckerd. When asked, Owens reported that she's seeing a telehealth therapist. Can her telehealth therapist tell her not to post medium.com blogs? Exhibit 39 is what appears to be a text exchange between Owens and Gillespie. The text exchange indicates that Owens was pregnant with twins, took 1 abortion pill, causing one of the fetuses to abort. These are targeted pills, pew pew lasers. And that Gillespie coerced her into an abortion. When questioned, Owens denied that she claimed to be pregnant with twins by Gillespie and that she did not write this text. Owens also reported that she did not get an ultrasound concerning the Gillespie pregnancy. Of course, this is all refuted by recorded phone conversation. After further questioning, Owens did admit that Gillespie did report that she claimed to be pregnant with twins, however, denied telling Gillespie in writing that she took 1 of 2 abortion pills, causing the demise of one of the fetuses. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she gave Gillespie an ultrasound of twins. Owens denied this. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she reported that Gillespie coerced her into having the abortion. Owens stated that Gillespie did coerce her into having an abortion. Mr. Woodnick played clips from the hearing in front of Judge Galketsis. In this clip, Owens testified that she invited Eckerd and his family to her first sonogram and that she got into a specialist, a perinatologist, because she has epilepsy. Owens said this was her first appointment and she knows that this is in evidence. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she didn't go to that appointment. Owens said no, but that was her first appointment. She collects appointments like Pokemon cards and then just doesn't go to them. Gotta catch them all. Owens said on the video clip that she found out in July that she was pregnant with twins. Mr. Woodnick asked Owens live if this was based on the ultrasound from Planned Parenthood. Owens said yes. Okay. Um, Bruce, please take a look from GFC update. Oh boy. Okay, should we take a break and let me grab what am I doing here, guys? If I go to X in this window, I'm not sharing this window, but I'll go look. Okay. Oh, have I been well here's the notification about this video we're in right now. So that's nice. What am I looking for, guys? Um okay. Is this the Cherry Technologies post? Is that what you guys are looking at? We can take a quick look at this. I'm going to switch windows. Okay, so this is what you're talking about. A great find from a member of JFC community on the JFC subreddit. Now that we know there's evidence that con artist Ms. Owens purchased HCG from Innova Medical and Spa. Looking at their website, you can finance your purchase through Cherry Technologies Inc. Lo and behold, in Laura's Chapter 7 bankruptcy petition, she lists $1,595 in unsecured debt owed to Cherry Tech. Okay, so we've got the Innova Med Spa up here. You guys see this? Start treatment today. No impact on your credit to apply. Oh, that's nice. Payment options through Cherry Technologies Inc. are issued by our lending partner, 0% APR and other promotional rates subject to eligibility. And then down here at the bottom, we've got the Chapter 7 bankruptcy document, Cherry Tech. This is a creditor, $1,595. San Francisco. There you go. Cherry Technologies. It's the same. It's the same place. Very suspicious, guys. Wild stuff. Okay. Wait, where'd I go? We just want some PDFs. Okay. Wow, Bob. Wow. Someone pointed that out last month during one of Lauren's videos. Amazing. Okay, what do we got, guys? Where were we? We were watching videos with Greg Woodnick. This one does. On the video clip, Owens indicated that Court Exhibit 46 is a list of providers that Owens reported that she saw confirming she was pregnant. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she said these were providers she saw and asked if she heard herself say that. What? Owens indicated she did. Woodnick told Owens this was not true. She didn't see these providers. She made appointments and did not follow up. Owens said that she did make appointments with all of them. Mr. Woodnick told Owens she was specifically referring to Mr. McCool, and she said that she saw him. Owens said she meant she had appointments. Oh boy. On the video, Owens testified she saw Dr. Higley last Friday, quote unquote. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she didn't see Dr. Higley that Friday. Owens said she had an appointment with Dr. Higley. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she specifically told Judge Galketsis under oath that she saw Dr. Higley the week before. Owens said that she did not go to the appointment. Lying to the judge, that's not a good look. Mr. Woodnick referred to Owens' mom doc appointment on November 14th. Owens reported that this was when she learned she was no longer pregnant. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she had already acknowledged she did not have a regular relationship with an obstetrician gynecologist during the alleged pregnancy because she didn't have regular ultrasounds or testing that is normally done during a pregnancy. Owens indicated this is correct. Why not, ma'am? Mr. Woodnick told Owens that she claimed that she had a miscarriage somewhere between 20 and 23 weeks and asked if that's correct. Owens said she didn't quite know when the miscarriage was. How convenient. Mr. Woodnick told her that at some point her body discharged something if she was actually pregnant and asked if that's correct. Owens said yes. He asked when. Owens reported that she had been spotting on and off throughout. There was further discussion regarding the spotting and the fact that she saw an online doctor. She could not recall what the doctor's name was. How convenient. She should get an A for effort. I made the appointments. There's another post that is breaking news. Oh, there's more breaking news, guys. What is happening here? Laura owns criminal case documents, original investigation report, plus more. I mean, isn't that what we're reading? Is there another one of these? Is it 300 pages long? Guys, I'm going to fall over. Mr. Woodnick refers Owens to page 4 or exhibit 56, where it states patient reports she passed 2 sacs which appeared to have a membrane, but denies having much bleeding outside of that. Mr. Woodnick asked when she passed the 2 sacs. Owens said maybe September or October. She was at home on the toilet. Oh boy. Owens reported that she again did an online doctor's visit. Blushing the twins? They weren't twins. Come on. Okay. Owens reported that she again did an online doctor's visit. Mr. Woodnick asked how many weeks pregnant she was at the time. Owens agreed that she told them she got pregnant on May 20th. Mr. Woodnick indicated that he assumed that they believed it was a stillbirth or a miscarriage and asked weeks pregnant she was at the time. Owens said she didn't know and was told she could go to the hospital. She could go, but of course, I'm sure she didn't. Mr. Woodnick asked if she thought it was a miscarriage when it happened. Owens thought there was a very good chance she was having a miscarriage. Okay. What? I thought there was a good chance. Like, what actually happened? I don't want opinions. I want facts. Mr. Woodnick asked how big the sacs that she passed were. Owens indicated each was less than the size of her hand. Oh, no. Smaller than Miss Owens' hand size. Owens then stated she didn't know the exact size. Oh, okay. So they're smaller than her hands, but she doesn't know. Oh, it's all these twins disappear in time like HCG in rain. Owens then stated she didn't know the exact size. Mr. Woodnick asked who was with her when this happened. Owens said that her mother was and that her mother saw them. I saw the twins, and the twins looked at me, and the twins laughed. Because I went peekaboo. Owens said she was in the bathroom when it happened, and they were wrapped in toilet paper. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that at that point, everyone was saying she wasn't pregnant. Owens disagreed, saying that it could have been clots, and she was pregnant for a long time after that. Exactly. The pictures we saw looked like this process called decidual cast, which is uterine lining getting flushed out, I guess. And it looks more like tissue than fluid. In any case, there was no analytical assessment done on this material. There was no pathology. There was no doctor's visit. We've got nothing. Owens then testified that she took pictures of the sacs and sent them to her sister. Why is she always sending stuff to her sister? I had sex with Clayton. I was on the toilet and this came out. Is her sister like she needs some boundaries? Owens indicated that she deleted the photos after that. I've got a good fence company here if she needs a referral. She can set up some boundaries. When asked, Owens reported she took the photographs with her iPhone and then she deleted the image and she no longer has that phone. How convenient. Mr. Woodnick asked if she shared the photo with her online provider. Owens said she did. However, she does not recall who the provider was. Somebody needs to get her a notebook for Christmas so she can take some notes about all her providers and her dates and where she was and what's going on. Owens did not follow up after that until November. Oh boy. After a short break, Mr. Woodnick recapped the previous testimony. Mr. Woodnick reviewed the mom doc record during this process. Woodnick began by drawing Owens' attention to the patient information where it notes that the date of her last menstrual period, LMP, was November 9th, 2023. Owens stated that the record does say that, but it's incorrect. Mr. Woodnick stated that the record also states that Owens ordered her own HCG test through Labs Now, which showed a very low HCG. Owens indicated this is correct. Mr. Woodnick told Owens that mom doc records show she was told this was not consistent with a viable pregnancy. Owens disputed the mom doc statement, but agreed it does state that. What? What is she disputing? Okay, I don't know. There was nothing further. The deposition concluded. Man, I hope they had good pastries at the deposition, some coffee, some orange juice. That is a lot, guys. That's a lot. Okay, we're on to a new section, guys. And in this section, I have done more redaction than the original document because I am not interested in, sort of naming this victim in this particular report. So just bear with me, okay? But we've got a victim here. And what's happening is Detective Gonzalez and I traveled to a location on 8/27/24 for a prearranged interview with the victim. This interview was arranged in response to a letter received by the Maricopa County Attorney's Office on July 1st, 2024 from Redacted. In this letter, Redacted references the case involving Laura Owens and Clayton Eckert in Judge Mata's court. Redacted states in part that Owens stole and doctored an ultrasound image of a pregnancy with twins in a pregnancy scam, attempting to pass the ultrasound off as her own. Redacted outlines how she learned about the doctored ultrasound and the personal grief and suffering this brought about. She states that Owens capitalized on Redacted and her husband's grief and used it to attempt to harm someone else with no regard to how it would cause pain to Redacted, the person she took it from, let alone the person she was attempting to coerce. She stole one precious memory that they have of their twin babies together. Detective Gonzalez and I met with Redacted at the Redacted location on 8/27/2024 in a private conference room. The interview was audio recorded and began at approximately 16:38 hours. The following is a summary of that interview. I began by introducing myself and Detective Gonzalez. I told Redacted that our office was initially ordered by the court to conduct an investigation into Laura Owens. I explained the office received a letter from her that indicated her identity was stolen by taking the ultrasound image. Redacted agreed. I asked Redacted when she had the ultrasound. She told me it was in December 2014. Redacted told us she had the ultrasound at her doctor's office in location, which is connected with a certain hospital. Redacted couldn't recall what the acronym for the hospital stood for, but told me it's a hospital system. I asked if this was an image, a video, or both. She said it's an image. Redacted said that in 2011, her first son was stillborn when she was 33 weeks pregnant. After that, she started a blog to help process the grief and to let her friends and family know what happened. From there, she started to post their journey. Redacted got pregnant again with her son, who is now 12 years old. In 2014, Redacted got pregnant again. She kept posting about her pregnancy to keep people updated. At that point, she uploaded this ultrasound to the blog, letting people know what happened. I asked when she uploaded the image. Redacted said it was a couple of weeks later and told me she still has a copy of the blog. Redacted has removed the blog from being online after everything happened. She said that she hadn't realized that people outside of her family had been looking at it. I asked how she found out about this. Redacted said that she was on Instagram and got a message from a stranger on the internet. This person told Redacted that she listens to a YouTuber and someone stole her ultrasound image. That person then provided screenshots of the blog that she had taken and screenshots of the YouTuber. Redacted was told to reach out to that person because he has a lot of information and that this person is doing pregnancy scams. Redacted then went on YouTube and saw all the videos about it and saw her photo, the ultrasound image. Redacted told us that she immediately recognized this as her ultrasound photo. Redacted then reached out to Dave Neal and told him, this is her ultrasound. I said that I have seen several ultrasounds in this case and asked what sets her ultrasound apart from the others. Redacted said that she has not looked at the other ones involved in this case. She said that she has tried not looking into anything in the case other than how she's involved. Redacted said that she and her husband had been trying to get pregnant for many years. They began trying after being married for 5 years and then 5 years later finally brought home a child. For them, this is very celebrated. Redacted said she has been pregnant many times and each time it's been joyous and special. The pregnancy 2014, which is their last pregnancy, they were pregnant with twins. Redacted said she was told there was a very little chance that she could get pregnant because she has PCOS. Due to this, having the live son and then getting pregnant with twins was a huge deal. Redacted said they lost one of the twins a couple weeks later. Redacted stated that this is the only photo that she has of them together, and it's the only physical evidence that she has in existence. Redacted told us that when they lost their oldest son, she took pictures of him and she held him. Redacted said that in the first miscarriage, she bled. It was normal. This one was different. This time, her body absorbed the baby, hence the vanishing twin syndrome. There was no bleeding. There was nothing. The only physical evidence that she has that this baby existed is the ultrasound picture. Redacted said, this is what makes it so special. I looked at the picture and noted that it has her name on it and the name of the facility where it was created. Redacted said that the original one does, but she cut that out on the one she put online. She did this because she didn't want everyone to know who her doctor was. Redacted said that the information is on the top of the original. Redacted then showed us the original photo that she has in a frame. This photo has her name on top, her date of birth, and the date of the ultrasound, and the date of the last menstrual period, and the gestational age of 5 weeks and 2 days. Redacted pointed out both babies in the photo. Redacted said that the header information was cut on the one she posted online. Redacted then showed us a screenshot from the blog. That image shows the LMP and the gestational age. Detective Gonzalez asked if they asked her for the gestational age or if they calculate that. Redacted said they calculate that by the size of the sac and also based on her last menstrual period. It's not information she provided to them with. Okay, so she didn't provide the gestational age. They compute it based on other information she gives them. Redactor reviewed the images that she has of the ultrasounds and the blog. She then uploaded them to a flash drive that I supplied. I also took still shots of the framed ultrasound photograph. Redacted said, this is what it looked like and feels that it's easily identifiable. Detective Gonzalez asked if there was ever an ultrasound image or video where it had baby A and baby B labeled. Redacted said she had not, and if there's anything like that, it was created by someone else. And I think they're asking about the Reality Steve video ultrasound on that one. I asked Redacted if she looked at the ultrasound online. Redacted indicated she did. I asked if she recalled what it had written on the top. Redacted said it had someone else's name on it. I asked if she recognized any of the other writing that was on it. Redacted indicated no. Redacted agreed that it was her ultrasound with somebody else's information on it. All of her information was removed. Detective Gonzalez showed Redacted an ultrasound and told her that it's what one of the victims was shown. Detective Gonzalez asked if she has ever seen that before. Redacted said that it looks like her ultrasound, it just looks like somebody blurred it. Redacted pointed out areas that appeared blurred. Detective Gonzalez asked if her original has two other particular markings. Redacted said no. That one says P. Okay, maybe they're looking at the Fiverr logo here, guys. Detective Gonzalez showed another image and asked if that one is hers. Redacted said, that's hers, that's her blog. She said, her blog says, I still believe, and the name of the post is vanishing. Detective Gonzalez asked Redacted if she knows Laura Owens or if she has ever talked to her before. Redacted said no, she has never heard of her prior to this. Detective Gonzalez asked when she found out about this. Redacted said that it was March, later determined to have been in April. I told Redacted I understand that she was notified by someone who was anonymous. Redacted said yes. I asked how she found out about Dave Neal. Redacted said that's the person on YouTube that she was told about by the anonymous person. The person said they think her ultrasound picture was stolen. They were able to find Redacted because they posted a screenshot of her blog with her name on it. I asked if she had ever spoken to Dave Neal. Redacted said not before that. I asked if she has spoken to him since. Redacted says just via email. Dave provided Redacted with information concerning who Laura Owens is, that there was a fake ultrasound video, and that hers was discovered in Greg Gillespie's trial. They filled Redacted in on what was happening and asked if they could do a fundraiser for her son. Redacted said she eventually said yes to that. As things progressed with the hearings, Dave would keep her updated periodically with things like court dates. Redacted was also asked to write letters, which she felt compelled to do. I asked if that's the letter we received. Redacted said yes. I asked Redacted how this has affected her. Redacted said that it's caused anxiety and fear. She fears that people are going to be able to find her. Redacted continued by telling us that by the little things that she has found out about Laura, she's afraid that she's going to be able to find her and hurt her family. It's also brought back all her feelings of grief, pain, and anxiety, which she had previously been able to work through. Redacted told us that this is for her husband also. It's brought back the feelings that they had of loss. Redacted says they feel very vulnerable and she is very afraid and sad. I asked if she's willing to aid in prosecution. Redacted said that she absolutely is. I asked if she had any contact with anyone in the internet world other than Dave Neal. Redacted said that someone had messaged her after the first person with the same information. There was also a person named Megan Fox, a journalist who does stuff with Dave Neal, who asked her to write a letter. Redacted was also contacted by Clayton's lawyer, Greg Woodnick. I asked her what Mr. Woodnick talked to her about. Redacted said that he just asked who she was. Redacted said that she just wanted to know what she could do about this and how she can protect her family and herself. She emailed Mr. Woodnick and they talked on the phone. He asked who she was and the circumstances around her ultrasound. I asked Redacted if she had questions. Redacted asked what it looks like from here. I said the investigation is still in the early stages. I explained that there is a lot of information online that needs to be examined. I said this will be a time-consuming investigation and will take time. The recording concluded at this time there was no further relevant information. Oh my gosh, guys. This is some heavy stuff. She deserves justice beyond belief. I agree. I agree. This is so sad and maddening. The poor family, right? Absolute BS. 24 weeks pregnant and not one freaking in-person OB doctor's appointment, right? This is depressing. Laura has so many victims. I hope this family is doing well. Yeah, I always thought Laura was a piece of shit for doing this, but after reading this lady's story, it seems even worse now. Yeah, this is rough. This is rough. Let's see. What else do we got here, guys? I hope we're at the Jan part. I'm not sure. We'll see where we are here. We're on to the next section. We can do another hour. We're on page 63. We're making progress, guys. We're making progress. This might be a four-parter. I don't know. Kind of depends. Let's see what we've got next, guys. Okay, Detective Gonzalez and I went to redacted location to attempt contact with Laura Owens on 11/26/24 at 9:20 hours. At least it's after 7 a.m. We made initial contact with Jan Black Owens. Ms. Owens asked what this was about. I told her that this was regarding the civil case that Laura had concerning Mr. Eckerd and Mr. Gillespie. I explained that we wanted to see if Laura would like to speak with us. Ms. Owens advised that Laura resided in a casita in the back of the property and that she would let her know we were there. Laura Owens arrived at the door and advised that her attorney told her not to speak with us. That's fair. I told Laura that I would leave her with my business card in case she wanted to contact me or if they wanted to make a statement. Ms. Owens then asked if we were just looking for a statement, adding that this thing has gotten so out of hand. The audacity, guys. I explained that MCAO was ordered to conduct the investigation and that part of that is to talk to everyone involved. Ms. Owens told us that two of the guys that were involved in this, Mike Maricini and Greg Gillespie, have lied. Can you prove it? And that Greg Gillespie had created documents in the last case. Can you prove it? As though the documents were from Laura. Ms. Owens said that Gillespie is a master hacker. Guys, is that on his LinkedIn? Master hacker? Guys. Greg Hack. She said he had doctored things to make it look like Laura did things. Doctored things to make it look like Laura did things. That's very specific, ma'am. Laura said that she knows that she's not supposed to talk and pointed to the Justice for Clayton Instagram. What? Did the Justice for Clayton Instagram give Laura the advice not to talk? Because that would be good advice. What the heck? Ms. Owens stated that Michael Maricini had concocted things saying that Laura said she had cancer, which he had never told the court before. So she's disputing the veracity of the laptop that was analyzed by a forensic investigator. I don't think that's going to go well. Laura interjected that Maricini said that she had PCOS, but he forgot that she had cancer. Wait, so now she's claiming she had cancer? What? She just said she didn't. Ms. Owens said that Laura never had cancer. Okay. Are these two contradicting themselves in front of the detectives? That's not a good look, guys. Ms. Owens reported that both Maricini and Gillespie knew that Laura was pregnant and that she and Ron Owens had gone to dinner with him, Maricini, frequently. Well, you know, guys, fraud, tampering with evidence, perjury, extortion. They took him to dinner. Ms. Owens reported that these guys have had motives and that now they're trying to act like victims. Prove it. Ms. Owens reported that two of these cases had been adjudicated and that Laura had evidence that she was pregnant and that these guys were abusive towards her. Okay, and again, an HCG pregnancy test is an indicator, not proof of pregnancy. She continued by stating that they have motives and that they don't want their orders of protection renewed. Sure. I explained that we have a lot of the court documents, so we're aware of a lot of that already. Like, do you think, oh, does Jan think she's gonna like persuade these investigators by just spinning a tale? Like if she just talks enough, they'll be convinced. If she makes claims with no evidence, they'll just be convinced. It's not how any of this works, guys. Ms. Owens stated that the other attorney in the case, Greg Woodnick, has a real axe to grind against Laura. Oh, oh dear. I asked why. Laura stated that she feels like she can say that he didn't win the last case against her, the Gillespie case. I mean, Laura said that in the last case, Greg Woodnick had been intimidating her attorney's office repeatedly, just like he tried to tell lies and intimidate her attorney in this case, David Jingers. Wait, her her position is that Greg Woodnick is an intimidating attorney, and he's intimidating Gingras. I thought Gingras was the Conor McGregor of litigation. He can't handle a little email from Greg Woodnick. It's too intimidating. Guys, can you believe this? Oh, how are you doing, Megan? You're listed in here at least once. Maybe not as many times as the word intercourse, but you're definitely in here a few times. Oh boy. Yeah, Jeff would have been blown away by this document. Um, this is something else. Chris. Laura continued. What about her advice to not talk to them? Laura continued by stating that David Gingras looked into the case and felt that these things are not true and that Woodnick is trying to scare them off the case. What? Laura said that she made a statement to the court, not realizing that she shouldn't have an ex parte communication with the court. Our legal genius, Laura Owens, stating that she had gotten an email from Woodnick on the morning that she had been violently R-worded and assaulted in New Jersey, that this was her last chance. Laura said she didn't know what that meant at the time and feels that she has reason to think. Okay, this is a lot of wishy-washy words. We need Jack Fox. She feels that she has reason to think. This is not a solid statement that Woodnick could have been involved. Could have. This is the wishy-washiest sentence ever. Laura said she knows. Okay, so now we're getting into a stronger claim that Greg Woodnick is not the one who R-worded and assaulted her. Okay, that's fine. Adding that she was lured across the country by a guy that she never met. Maybe online date a little more carefully. I don't know. Since then, Woodnick picked up the Clayton case after she tried to dismiss it. Actually, the Woodnick firm got involved during the injunction against harassment case. So there was Woodnick motion work prior to Woodnick motion work on the paternity case. But I digress. Details. Laura said that Woodnick hates her. Jeez. Does he? Prove it. And has told everyone, all 8 billion people on the planet? What does this mean? Has told everyone that she's the craziest person ever. What? Where's this quote from? Citation needed. Laura said she is aware of that and that this isn't news to her. What? Wait, what? It's your statement. Of course you're aware of your own statement. What the heck is going on here, guys? Ms. Owens said concerning the case with Greg Gillespie, this guy shows up on a dating app and it seems like she was lured and that Laura was targeted by this guy in Hoboken, New Jersey. I asked Miss Owens if that case was solved and if an arrest was made. Good question. Ms. Owens asked if I was aware of the case. You're an investigator. Go investigate it. I said that we have heard rumor of it. Laura responded by telling us that she did make a report to the police there. Oh, guys, somebody find this police report. But she wanted to stay anonymous because she was concerned that the guy would come after her. What? Oh, more anonymous. Plausible deniability. Laura reported that she requested the police not contact him because he would know that she was the one who did it. This is not how any of this works. Is there a police report in the violent assault? Exactly. Maybe in an maybe it's like the Planned Parenthood LA. It's all anonymous. For someone who calls the cops, FBI over every little thing, it's hard to believe she was attacked and never filed a report. Yeah, why wasn't there a 911 call? That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ms. Owens then indicated that she didn't see that there would be a problem with Laura speaking to us. Oh, Laura's mom knows better than Laura's attorney whether she should talk to the investigators or not. Guys, guys, you can't make this stuff up, guys. I told Ms. Owens and Laura that it would be inappropriate for us to talk to her since she had consulted her attorney. So it's best that we don't. The investigators are doing Laura's attorney's job here. Ms. Owens stated that she could tell us more about the Hoboken thing. No, Jan, no. Ms. Owens began to speak, but was interrupted by Laura. Ooh. Laura told her mother that she, Laura, knows what happened and that her mother doesn't have all the details of what happened. Really? Maybe the sister knows because Laura likes to send a lot of these inappropriate mails to her sister. Oh my gosh. Ms. Owens said that it was a violent attack. And basically, the guy thought that he had unalived Laura. Laura interjected, stating that she was drugged by him. Can you just picture this, guys? They're standing in the foyer, and these investigators just arrived, and these two ladies are arguing about this thing in Hoboken in front of these investigators. Can you guys picture this? Laura interjected, stating that she was drugged. Ms. Owens said that the FBI knows about it. Fox Mulder is on the case, guys, and that they are scared of saying any more. Laura said that she provided a 40-page report of what happened. Now that I can believe that Laura would write up a 40-page report. The Hoboken connection. Laura then voiced a concern that we had body cams on. I mean, I said that we were not wearing body cams. Guys. Laura indicated that she is aware that Justice for Clayton has called in fake welfare checks. Okay, what the heck is a fake welfare check? You either have a welfare check is called in or it's not. What do they mean fake? Do they mean like it was done with bad intentions? How do you prove that? She's the one who's printing self-harm threats in medium.com and on her attorney DSG's blog, and she's surprised that there are welfare checks. Uh, Justice for Clayton has called in welfare checks that they have admitted was for content creation and have used it to harass her mother and herself. Number one, nobody is calling in on a welfare check for content creation. If you're going to claim that there's this admission, you need to provide the evidence for it. You can't just make the claim and hope, cross your fingers and hope somebody believes you. And also to claim that people used body cam footage of a welfare check to harass her mother and herself. Where's that evidence? Are people calling her on 14 different phone numbers? Are people sending her over 500 text messages? Because that's what she did to Clayton Eckerd. That's real harassment. Somebody reviewing body cam footage on the internet is not harassment. They're not contacting her. Nobody wants to talk to her or her mother. I certainly don't. They've also contacted Adult Protective Services, alleging that she and her mother had been abusing her father. That's interesting. I don't know anything about that. I suggested to Laura that she speak with her attorney, David Gingras, to see if he was interested in sitting with her if she wants to make a statement. Well, I mean, the problem is he's her family court lawyer, not her criminal attorney. In any case, this was probably before she retained criminal representation, defense attorney. So maybe it makes sense that they ask about Gingras. I'm not sure. I provided Laura with my business card and suggested that she discuss it with her attorney. Laura asked what a statement would be. You're sitting here in your foyer making them, ma'am. I said it would be whatever she wants to tell us about the case and what she feels would be relevant. And we may ask some questions regarding what she told us. Laura asked if she would be provided with an attorney. I explained that she would not be provided with an attorney unless she was arrested. Fair. What are you guys saying out here? I think he's on the witness list. Unreal. Yeah, DSG is on the witness list. She should also be charged with wasting resources. Good point. Let's see. Do we know the Planned Parenthood alias? No, we do not. She writes and publishes online content about self-harm that warrants a wellness check. And at this point, guys, with the latest medium.com article she wrote, blog post, I should say, I think they should revoke this release on own recognizance. That's my opinion, because you should not have someone under indictment for this many charges and have them released on their own recognizance when they're out there writing on the internet that they're making self-harm threats. That's my opinion. Okay. She's constantly creating stories about terrible things that happened to her that the FBI is investigating. I know. I wish the FBI would investigate the Chase J. Jones filings. That's what I would like. Okay. Ms. Owens told us that they had really wanted to discredit Laura so the orders of protection would not be renewed. That's not how that works. Laura has the burden of proof to prove that the orders of protection should be renewed. The burden of proof is on her. It's not on them to discredit her. Her own actions discredit her. We've seen all these inconsistencies from these prior hearings that we've just gone through that the investigators summarized, and we've understood all the discrepancies, which lead us to not trust what she has to say. She continued by telling us that Greg Gillespie has continued to try to contact Laura under false names. How do you know? Laura added that Gillespie had contacted David Gingras under a false name. How do you know? Everybody is Greg. Greg Hack. Ms. Owens told us that Gillespie had doctored letters to Laura's prior family attorney early on in the abortion coercion case. What? Prove it. She added that Gillespie is a master at this and is obsessed with Laura. Uh, I don't, I don't think, I don't think anybody's obsessed with Laura except Laura's mom. Then they reached out to Clayton when they heard about that paternity case. Ms. Owens said that Laura has never faked a pregnancy. Oh boy. Well, there's an affidavit that Mr. Owens disagrees with you, ma'am. She knows this as her mother. She's playing the motherly instinct card. I feel like Jan Owens doesn't understand science at all. She doesn't understand how evidence works. She doesn't understand how logic and reasoning work. She's just trying to talk her way into a new reality. Oh boy. Ms. Owens said that she has seen Laura pregnant. You don't have clinical proof of pregnancy, ma'am. She knows this. She was tormented by this pregnancy. She was tormented by the pregnancy. Paper, snow, a ghost. And she did not want to have an abortion. Then she shouldn't have. She told us that Clayton didn't want to come to the table. And he had called her about it, asking what to do about the pregnancy. She added that she had written to Clayton's parents and asked them for help. Uh-oh. Ms. Owens said that Laura didn't want to have an abortion, adding that Laura had taken abortion pill on 2 prior cases. Okay. She basically stayed in bed hoping that she could get Clayton to man up. What? Laura told us that she has difficulty in making decisions. And yet she's such a good salesperson. She feels the need to ask her mother what she should eat for dinner. Wait, is her mother responsible for her eating pizza for 6 months straight or eating a burrito every day? Guys, the plot thickens like a fine marinara sauce. So thick. Laura said that she had invited Clayton numerous times to her appointments. The ones she canceled, all of them? Come on. Laura said she invited his family. I'm sure that's what they want. Ms. Owens said that she wrote to his family and asked about genetic traits in their family that may be a factor for Laura. They're playing the ancestry.com card. Clayton's family never wrote back. You guys probably sound nuts. These kids had a date 11 days ago. Can I get your ancestry.com? Guys, this is redonkulous. He's so good at hacking, he managed to hack Mike's laptop in a drawer somewhere and put fake doctor's letters in it, claiming cancer and prescribing being a better boyfriend before he met her. Yeah, exactly right. He got the DeLorean up to 88 miles per hour, went back in time, futzed around with Mike's laptop. So Jan is starving Laura. Yeah, I mean, Laura should ask her mom what to eat for dinner and actually eat it, maybe. I don't know. What the heck? What the heck? Gluten gut because you ate 2 bites of a burrito doesn't mean you're pregnant. That's fair. That's fair. A man who said, I don't like you after 2 dates, Greg Gillespie, is obsessed with her, which is why he kept trying so hard not to date his obsession. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, guys. Oh boy. Mom is 100% complicit. Sarah 100% knows Laura uses her images to commit these fraud schemes. Dad knows too, but he may not be physically capable of intervening. Could be. It's a reasonable hypothesis. Okay. Everything she accuses others of is what she is doing. Projection. Talk about projection. Everything these two psycho biatches do is projection. They project their own obsession onto others. Laura is obsessed with Laura. Greg, the guy who had 2 dates with her, but he's a master hacker. Greg Hack. Where's my mouse? Laura then stated that she wants to speak for herself and that if she's not going to be provided with a criminal attorney, Ms. Owens interrupted Laura and told her that she wasn't going to say anything, adding that all of the documents and everything are true. What? This is just chaos. Laura stated that she doesn't know if there's anything that she can say that would be helpful. That's maybe the first time I've agreed with her. And that she was told not to talk to us. I told Laura that it's best that she doesn't talk to us at this point. These poor investigators, they're trying so hard. Laura told her mother that she is able to talk to us alone and that she doesn't need her there. Oh. It's crazy because normally, like, when you have, like, on TV, right? When the police have the 2 suspects, they wanna separate them so they can see if their stories match up. And these guys are like, "I wanna talk to them alone, not with you." This is crazy. I know real life's not like TV, guys, most of the time. Laura said that she was there for all of this. I would hope so. Ms. Owens asked Laura if she wants her to go. Laura indicated that she would rather talk inside. They're doing all this outside on the patio where all the cactuses can hear. I told Laura that at this point we shouldn't talk to her. I suggested that she take some time to think about it and confer with her attorney. I told Laura that if she wants to talk, she could call us. This way, she is starting the dialogue. This would avoid the appearance that we were pressuring her to get information. These gentlemen are so polite. Ms. Owens told us that she knows what the judge had said. She told us that it was a 45-minute hearing. A 45-minute hearing on June 10th? It was 2 hours, right? And then the judge came out with all these findings that Laura had fabricated pregnancies in the past. Ms. Owens said that Laura didn't. Laura then said that she had seen Dr. Jones at One Medical. Oh no. Which was confirmed to Gillespie. And this is who Gillespie told her to see. Laura told us that we were welcome to contact Dr. Jones if we wished. Ms. Owens stated that Clayton had lied to the court. Oh, prove it. Why didn't Gingras prove it then? That's his job. Telling them that Laura had sent him 500 emails. Well, at the beginning of this document, Clayton literally hands over a 64 gigabyte flash drive full of stuff, which included these 500 emails or whatever. She said in agreement with Laura that she had sent him about 100 emails. Oh, they're nitpicking the number, guys. They're nitpicking the number. It was once a day. It was once a day. Thank you for subscribing to Cat Facts. Thank you for subscribing to Laura Facts. Today's Laura fact is that she saw Dr. Jones at One Medical, which was confirmed to Gillespie. Type stop if you want to stop getting Laura facts every day. Ugh. Laura said that Clayton also lied to her when he said that he made offers on real estate. What? He wrote up the offers. He didn't submit the offers. These guys are just all over the place. They're all over the place. Ms. Owens said that the judge came up with all the findings based on what these guys had said. Well, first of all, Gillespie and Pericini never even got a chance to testify. These guys? You mean Dr. Medchill and Dr. Deans and Clayton and Laura in the paternity case? Is that what these guys? Laura didn't have a chance to dispute this. What? And present her documents. Wait, so Gingras had bad time management and didn't dispute something he should have? Shocker. She added that she was accused of having paternity cases against others. However, one was abortion coercion, the other was for violence. They're gonna nip. This is not the flex they think it is. What's the common denominator here, guys? It's her. She's the common denominator. Maricini tried to suffocate her. This is just bullshit, dude. I bet this guy, if he wanted to suffocate his date, he would have suffocated his date. He's not a guy. He's not a violent guy. He's like a teddy bear, but he's a big dude. This is all just bullshit. Laura said that Maricini was stalking her. Because he was visiting his sister? Give me a break. They then mentioned the trip to Iceland. Like these guys, they went so quickly past Clayton and Greg, and now they're on Mike. It's like they're like, are these guys chugging cappuccinos before they talk to these investigators? What is happening here? I feel like I need to stop drinking coffee after listening to what these ladies are saying. They mentioned the trip to Iceland where the lady had made the declaration. Okay, we're back to napkin lady, TEDx talk. Oh boy. Ms. Owens said the thing about Clayton and the reason that Laura said she was going to go to the press was that Clayton had previously indicated that he was going to the press. Did he? But he didn't. Oh. Laura indicated that it's all out on the internet. She doesn't have the support of the Bachelor fan base. I mean, you could have if you had presented good evidence from the start. You could have had the support of Bachelor Nation. But Bachelor Nation was not convinced by your story, ma'am. Whose fault is that? It's not Chris Harrison's fault. It's not Jesse Palmer's fault. It's your fault. I concluded that the contact by telling Laura that she could contact us if she wishes. Laura then mentioned that her attorney had her watch a video called Don't Talk to the Police. Guys, I want to watch a video called Don't Talk to the Police. This sounds good. They concluded their conversation with Laura telling them she watched a video called Don't Talk to the Police after she talks to the police. I said that we just wanted to get her side of the story. This contact concluded. Can you believe this? I can't believe this, guys. Okay, what is happening? We have Lollipop Raid. Nice. I like it. Musketeers. Is it Rosalind Duke raid? Thank you, Rosalind. Okay. I think we're up to 4 minutes, right? CC comment on the screen. Did I leave a comment on the screen, guys? I'm sorry. I always forget. Hello makes it sound like she never got to testify at the trial. How long did Dingus have her on the stand? Yeah, she was up there for quite a while. They even used the break during her testimony. Gosh. Laura cannot remain silent. She should. This is crazy. This report should have been one paragraph. We went to the Owens household, and Laura Owens and her mother refused to talk to us without an attorney present. The end. That's what this file should be. My lawyer said don't talk to you. 45 minutes later, still talking. Guys. All right, guys. I said I would go for 3 hours, which leaves us with 15 minutes. But we're on, I think this is the meeting with Jan Black Owens, and we need to read this because this is the wild stuff. So let's read this next report and then call it for the final session, maybe tomorrow, depending on when the football games are. But yeah, if anybody has the "Don't Talk to the Police" video, I want to see it. Amazing. Amazing, guys. Detective Gonzalez and I met with Jan Black Owens at redacted location on 12/4/24. This location is a rental home owned by Owens, used as an Airbnb. Ooh. Clandestine location interview. We met at this location at the request of Ms. Owens, as she did not want Laura to know about the meeting. Scandalous, guys. Family drama. The contact began at 9:55 hours. Okay, so not before 7. That's important. And was audio recorded. The following is a summary. Jan Black Owens. Ms. Owens invited us in and identified herself to us. We sat at the dining room table for the interview. Ms. Owens told us she didn't want this contact to be noted. Oh, crap. It's noted right here. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I explained that it would have to be noted. Ms. Owens indicated that she understood. I said that I understand that she wanted to put this all in perspective for us. Oh, good. A little grounding. She indicated that this was correct and said that it's become complicated because they have thrown in all the elements from the past. Yeah, I mean, it's a big string map with yarn and stuff on the wall and pins. It's crazy. There's I don't think the Hobby Lobby has enough corkboard for us, guys. We're in trouble. She indicated that this was correct and said it's become complicated because they have thrown in all the elements from the past. Ms. Owens said that she presumes that we are focused on the Clayton Eckerd part. I indicated that this is correct, adding that it mainly concerns the court hearings and depositions where Laura was under oath. Yeah. Do what you want on your own time, but when you come to court, you better tell the truth. My cat is watching if you don't tell the truth. I added that the judge felt that there was some evidence tampering and some perjury. Uh-oh. Ms. Owens said that as far as she knew, there was nothing presented to the court that was not truthful. Good for her. Ms. Owens stated that Laura was pregnant. Prove it, ma'am. Ms. Owens told us that this happened with Clayton because Laura wanted to get into short-term rentals. Laura was interested in seller-financed properties and eventually found that Clayton worked for a firm that specialized in that field. Laura reached out to Clayton, and they seemed to have a connection. Clayton invited Laura over to his place. Ms. Owens said that Laura specifically told Clayton that this wasn't a booty call. How does she know that? Guys, if I ever hear my mom utter the phrase booty call, I think I will just crawl under this desk and die. Ms. Owens added that Laura had not had sexual relations for a year before that. Does she have a journal? Is she keeping track? Oh boy. This was the aftermath of her being attacked in Hoboken. Oh boy. Laura told Clayton that she was not on birth control. Ms. Owens reported that Clayton told Laura that he just wanted her to come over and cuddle as he was feeling lonely. Clayton talked to Laura about having been the Bachelor. Why do they keep spelling it Bachelor like we're making a batch of muffins? I love it. I'm only spelling it that way from now on, guys. And then he was portrayed as being a villain on the show because he lied to the girls at the end. No, it's not right. Did she even watch the show? He was too honest. He was confused. He thought he was in love with everybody. He made bad decisions. Clayton is not the best at dating. He'll be the first to tell you that. But he didn't lie to the girls at the end. That's not accurate. According to Ms. Black Owens, Laura told Clayton that she wanted to make it clear that she didn't want to have sex. Uh-oh. Laura had been staying in the casita on her parents' property, and she went over and told her mother that she was going over to Clayton's and that she made it clear to him that she didn't want to have sex. Can you imagine this? I can't imagine, like, returning some Tupperware to my mom in town here and being like, yeah, here's your Tupperware. I'm going over to some lady's house, but I'm not going to have sex. What is this conversation? Laura then went to Clayton's home and he offered her a THC gummy and she took it. According to Laura, Clayton was really, really high. Okay, I don't believe that. Clayton's a big dude. If he took one gummy that's 5 or 10 milligrams, that guy is not getting really, really high. He is a huge dude. He's ready to play football. I don't know if you ever played quarterback, but the Broncos need help. Anyway, Laura told her mother that they were making out, and then one thing led to another. Laura told her mother, oh no. Why is she debriefing her sex life to her mom? Guys, I'm uncomfortable. I'm in danger. Laura told her mother that they were making out, and then one thing leads to another, and he had his fingers down there. You mean the ultimate landing spot? Oh boy. Clayton then asked if he could stick it in for 30 seconds. I don't think this happened. There's no 30 seconds. Like what? Laura told him no. This is like a bad Twilight novel or something. Twilight fanfic. Usually I would say still a better love story than Twilight, but not in this case. Clayton then asked if he could for 25 seconds, and she said no. See, think about how Laura frames everything in these emails over time as like a used car negotiation. So she's constructed this story where she's turned it around and now he's like the used car negotiator to her. That's why I don't buy any of this, because this is how she behaves. This is not how Clayton behaves. I asked if this was referring to his little Clayton. Ms. Owens indicated so. Clayton counted down to 20 and then 15, all of which Laura said no. What? No. According to Ms. Owens, Laura then felt that his little Clayton was inside of her. Laura told Clayton that she told him no. Clayton then told Laura that she didn't feel the difference. Is Laura's mom size shaming little Clayton? I think I need an edible. What the heck, guys? And of course, remember, this is all disagreed with by Clayton's testimony. Clayton's testimony disagrees with pretty much all of this. I asked where they were positioned, as a good detective should. Ms. Owens believed that they were on a couch. Oh, no. Ms. Owens said that Laura was really upset when she came home the next morning. Okay. Ms. Owens stated that it wasn't a violent type of R-word thing, considering what she had gone through in Hoboken. Ms. Owens said that Clayton and Laura had looked at a couple of properties. and Laura had an investor lined up. Now that matches an investor. So that matches what Laura was saying at the bankruptcy hearing recently, that she had an investor and that she did not have $450,000 in her own money market account, which she did have in testimony in pretrial statements earlier. Laura told Clayton she wanted to make offers on 2 places. Clayton agreed to write those offers up and had Laura sign them, assuming that Clayton would submit them. When Laura asked about the response, Clayton had not submitted one and she was not sure about the other one. Ms. Owens said that Laura was very upset about that, so she filed a complaint with the Department of Real Estate for that. And of course, if Laura had wanted to go ahead with these deals, she could have just had those offers submitted by a different agent. Did that happen? Doesn't seem like it. Ms. Owens said that Laura began suffering from quote unquote morning sickness and was very fatigued. So she took a home pregnancy test. The test was positive. Ms. Owens stated that Laura reported that she wanted to make sure. So she wanted to have it medically done. Sounds good to me. Laura went to Banner Urgent Care, where it was confirmed. With another HCG test, that's not a diagnosis. Laura told Clayton, whose demeanor changed rapidly over the course of days. Shocking. Initially, Clayton wanted for them to figure out what to do. Laura told Clayton that she really didn't want to have an abortion, but also didn't want to raise a child with a confrontational father. Ms. Owens reported that over the course of a few weeks, Clayton went from having the child and raising it to having nothing to do with it to putting it up for adoption. Then it went to him having full custody. She would have nothing to do with it, and he would take the child to his parents' house in Missouri. Ms. Owens said that Clayton was flipping back and forth. Well, human beings, as they learn evidence and think about things and ponder, they tend to change their mind. They come up with new solutions. They brainstorm. People are not mechanical switches that are just on or off in relation to a decision. At one point, Clayton told Laura that his parents thought it was a sign from God. At one point, Clayton had invited Laura over to his house to talk about it. Laura went, bringing a pregnancy test with her. Oh, so it wasn't a surprise. That's good to know. Believing that Clayton would want to see for himself. Once there, Clayton told Laura that he had a test and that he wanted her to take his test in his presence. Laura did comply, and it was positive. Again, another indicator, not proof. Ms. Owens said that Clayton told Laura that he was glad that she did that and that he now knows she's not a liar. Ms. Owens said that Clayton had wanted to speak with her and that he had called and left messages indicating that he wanted to talk to her about it. Ms. Owens told him that he needed to talk to Laura, not her. Ms. Owens said that she did speak with him on the phone and that they spoke for about 40 minutes. Ms. Owens stated that Clayton admitted to her that he may have had some pre-cum and that's how it happened. Oh no, dribbling before he's shooting. Well, he's a football player, not a basketball player. She told Clayton that he should have been more of a stand-up guy about this. I think the guy's just trying to figure out what the heck is going on, ma'am. Ms. Owens indicated that she watched some of his show on YouTube and was aware that he was dishonest. What? And that she couldn't believe a word that came out of his mouth. What? Based on The Bachelor? This is ridiculous. Miss Owens feels that he wanted to polish his reputation because he was trying to get a spot on Dancing with the Stars. She feels this. It's a feeling. Do you have any evidence? Did he say that? What? She has a feeling, guys. Case closed. Ms. Owens states this makes sense if you know what happened to Laura in Hoboken. No, no, that's not. You have to prove pregnancy and paternity independently. The Hoboken is irrelevant. Ma'am, your job here was to prove pregnancy and paternity and not perjure yourself. That was your only job. You had one job. Ms. Owens reported that they moved here from San Francisco in 2021. She's writing a novel now. And Laura had a boyfriend in San Francisco for a couple of years. I asked if this was Mike Maricini. Ms. Owens indicated that it was and stated Laura has not had good luck with these guys. Why do you think that is, ma'am? Ms. Owens told us that Laura dated Maricini for about a year and a half. And for the first 6 months, he was fine with her. Okay. Then he became more violent sexually. What? Including choking during sex. There was also other violence involved. This is like 50 Shades of Grey. Ms. Owens stated that at one point Laura became pregnant with Maricini's child. They all went to dinner. That's what. Well, after the violent sex and you get pregnant, you go to the House of Prime Rib. I mean, isn't that what everybody does? Guys. They all went to dinner and Laura told them that she was pregnant, but it wasn't the right time. Laura and Maricini then went to Planned Parenthood in Walnut Creek. Walnut Creek? What is this, Little House on the Prairie? And Laura took abortion pills. Ms. Owens said that at some juncture, Maricini said that Laura had cancer. Ms. Owens reported that Laura never said that, and Maricini never said that. What? Up until now. Ma'am, did you look at the laptop? She feels that this may have been the work of Maricini and Gillespie. Again, she feels. This whole thing is a litany of Jan's feelings. I'm not interested in a litany of Jan's feelings. I'm interested in what can she prove? I want to believe things that are true. I want to disbelieve things that are false. She's not helping her case here. She could feel like there's an invisible dragon in her garage. You have to prove that it's there. Greg Hack. She also reported that Gillespie had concocted emails that he tried to indicate were from Laura that were not from her. Prove it. Maricini reported in his deposition concerning the protective order hearing that Laura had PCOS. He never said anything about cancer. I mean, so if he never said he had $5 in his wallet, he never had $5 in his wallet? He could have. This logic doesn't make sense. The cancer allegation came out after Maricini and Gillespie got together and Maricini found 2 emails on his laptop that appeared to be sent from Laura pretending to be a doctor. They got together? What? Okay, also, Maricini didn't find the emails on his laptop. He took his laptop that was not powered on and gave it to a forensic investigator who was able to power it on successfully without it getting wrecked or going and deleting the iCloud or whatever. And he got the information off the hard drive extraction tools. Maricini found. Really underselling it here, ma'am. We crowdfunded that expert. Ms. Owens said that Laura only went out with Gillespie for about 2 weeks or so. Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 dates. Gillespie, one of which I don't think Gillespie had invited her to. Gillespie told Laura that he had been hurt in relationships before by girls cheating on him and then asked for her passwords. According to Ms. Owens, Laura provided the passwords to Gillespie. I feel like this didn't happen. He probably asked for, like, can I get on your Wi-Fi so I can check my email? What is this? During the relationship, Gillespie told Laura that it's easy to doctor letterhead. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you have some corporate letterhead word templates and, your team name changes or something, the phone number changes, you got to go change them. Is that doctoring them? Like, what the heck? and stated that he has done it before. Greg Hack. Ms. Owens said that Laura had become pregnant by Gillespie. She just gets pregnant by everybody she meets. And he was insistent that she have an abortion, that she should take the abortion pill in his presence. Gillespie indicated to Laura that he would ruin her life if she didn't comply. Did he? I don't know if I remember that. Ms. Owens reported that Gillespie put his fingers in Laura's mouth to make sure she took the pills. I don't believe that either. Laura was very upset with how that ended, so she filed an abortion coercion suit against Gillespie. The thing I remember from all those text messages when, like, Melissa Jade was rereading all of them, was that most of the time she was trying to get him to come be with her in the same room, and he was like, "No, I'm busy. I don't want to," etc., etc. This story is inconsistent with that. Laura did not ask for money. She asked for a charitable donation to be made to educate people about abortion coercion. She pledged a donation. She didn't don't oh gosh, guys. She made a pledge. We know how that goes. Ms. Owens stated that Gillespie hired an attorney, Greg Woodnick, suggesting they may have worked together previously and that it's not just an attorney-client relationship. What? During this suit, Woodnick contacted an attorney, Joe Cotchett, who was friends with Laura's family, and asked him to tell Laura to drop the case. That's because Laura kept threatening Greg with Uncle Joe. Of course, Woodnick is going to ask Joe if he's representing Laura. That's his job as an attorney. Ms. Owens reported that the attorney had represented Laura in an auto accident case in the past. Okay, so it was Cotchett. They misspelled it earlier, guys. And the only way that Woodnick would have known about this attorney was through Laura's emails and from Gillespie accessing her emails. Ms. Owens mentioned that Mr. Cotchett had represented her husband in a labor severance suit during the time that Laura dated Gillespie and may have mentioned his name to her. Ms. Owens once again reported that Laura did not have an attorney at the time. According to Ms. Owens, Mr. Woodnick challenged the abortion coercion suit on a constitutional basis. Bam. Amazing. What else do we got here, guys? You guys have questions? Am I missing anything? I like to keep up with chat, but this is a lot of text. Didn't ask for money, just a charity donation. Oh boy. Yeah, right? I mean, good golly. Greg never wanted to meet her alone without a witness. Good. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame the guy. Guys, the investigators immediately contacted the FBI to see about the Gilgo Beach and Diddy connections. We're getting there. We're getting there. Fox Mulder is on the case. I'm sure of it. Agent Scully? Yeah. New post on Reddit. Guys, why is all this news breaking? I'm just trying to do a live stream. An interview with Laura from 2017 when she won a horse jump. Super cool adult amateur Laura was. I mean, okay. Sounds fun. Greg told her he didn't want to see her after 2 dates and she crashed a third. This doesn't sound right. Yeah. I'm with you. That would be a hilarious movie if they did Laura's version. Oh my gosh. Can you guys imagine? The investigators must have been WTF after talking to Jan and Laura. I agree. This is wild stuff. Just wild. Where's my mouse? Miss Owens told us that Laura ended her relationship with Gillespie in August 2021. And then in February 2022, Laura connected with a guy on Bumble, a dating app. He, A, lived in Hoboken, New Jersey, but said that he was going to relocate to Scottsdale. During their video chats, A suggested that she travel to Hoboken to visit with him, knowing that her sister Sarah lived in New York City. I asked if Sarah knew A beforehand. Ms. Owens indicated not. Laura decided to go to Hoboken and see her sister. Ms. Owens stated that A was very particular about the time of Laura's arrival and that she take public transportation instead of an Uber. That's odd. Can you prove this? Laura arrived at the door and A answered while on the phone and handed her a drink as prearranged. Well, like, what does that mean? Like, you can come over, but I'll still be on a business call for 10 more minutes or something. Like, is that what she means? What is happening here? Laura consumed the drink, felt that she was drugged. Okay, and there again, felt. There's no proof. She didn't know it. She felt it. And then felt that she was drugged and then violently assaulted, according to Ms. Owens. Ms. Owens feels that this was a targeted attack. She feels it. Okay. Which coincided with Mr. Woodnick's ultimatum to drop the suit against Gillespie. Correlation is not equal to causation, guys. If you want to talk about causation, you have to prove it. Oh boy. Ms. Owens recounted Laura's description of the evening and her opinion that the attack was live streamed. Okay, guys, an opinion is like, I like chocolate ice cream better than strawberry ice cream. You might like strawberry ice cream better than chocolate ice cream, and that's your opinion. You don't just have opinions that a violent assault was live streamed. Like, are you just cooking that up out of thin air? That's not an opinion. You either believe that because there's sufficient evidence, or you don't believe it because there's not. What? I told Ms. Owens that I understand that this is part of the big picture. Big picture. Maybe somebody needs to make a documentary of Jan's story and call it The Big Picture. However, it's outside the purview of what we're investigating. These poor investigators. They go to an Airbnb and this lady starts this litany of sexcapades and 50 Shades of Grey and crime and the FBI. What? Laura contacted the Hoboken Police Department and spoke with a detective. Okay. Laura reported that she was afraid and did not wish to name A in a police report. She's certainly happy to call up the police all the time and throw Greg and Mike and Clayton under the bus. Ms. Owens indicated that the FBI is involved in this case and provided further detail of this. What does that even mean? Ms. Owens told us that the assault occurred in March 2022 and that A texted Laura again in November 2022, said that he was in Scottsdale and asked if she wanted to meet. Yeah, because if somebody violently assaults you, live streams it, and almost kills you, 6 months later, hey, you want to go grab a sandwich? That's what always happens, right? What the heck? Laura feared that A wanted to finish the job. Why is it that with all these guys, she's like a sliver away from death whenever something happens that she doesn't like? Ms. Owens stated that this all comes together at the time of the trial with Gillespie. Laura was frightened and sent correspondence to the court requesting to appear virtually, indicating that she believed that Mr. Woodnick and Gillespie were involved in her attack. Based on what? Because she's so litigious that multiple things will happen at the same time across her different lawsuit and crime cases? Correlation is not causation. Ms. Owens reported that the court clerk sent this request to Mr. Woodnick also. Yes, because you cannot send ex parte communication, ma'am. Ms. Owens feels that Mr. Woodnick and Gillespie wanted to damage Laura's reputation to make her seem as if she were an unhinged, crazy girl if she were to testify. I think she can take care of that all by herself. These idiots can't even tell good lies. This pisses me off. I'm with you, TX Packet. The most unbelievable part is Laura didn't want to be litigious. Exactly, Dr. J. LO claims all sorts of things that are 100% illogical. Liars lie. Where is that live stream? Exactly what? Why? Where did this thought come from? Janice Betty, she's pulled the same crap as LO, just never got caught yet. Yeah, I mean, she was a listed witness in the paternity case, but they ran out of time and she never testified about anything. Can you imagine Woodnick cross-examining Jan or Deandra cross-examining Jan? Wow. There was never a drink. Jan is lying. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Thank you, Marilyn, for the super chat. You're going to need to buy some aspirin after reading this. Yeah, I want some Advil. Uh, this entire story is just bizarre. It is identical to what she told the judge in the Greg case about being drugged. Yeah, I mean that is this story. They're at least synced up on that. This is wild. Mama knows too much about her daughter's sex life. It's gross. I agree. Hey, Rosalind, how you doing? We are deep in the woods on this document, page 70. We're trying to get through this report section, and then we're going to call it quits because I was going to do 3 hours, and we're 16 minutes over. But let's see how far we can get. After Gillespie and the attack in Hoboken, Laura met Clayton and became involved in a dispute with him. Seems to have a dispute with everybody she meets. She said that everyone that involved themselves in this seemed to have their own reasons for wanting to discredit Laura. And Clayton wanted to polish his image. He didn't need to, his image was, I mean, it is what it was. Ms. Owens said that Clayton knows that what happened fits the technical definition of R. Oh, come on. His court testimony under oath refutes your version of the events. So how can you claim to an investigator that you know what he knows? You can't know what Clayton thinks or knows. We can only go by Clayton's testimony, which refutes your versions of the event. You are discounting his testimony because you're trying to build a picture that supports your narrative. And to do that, you have to insert certain information into Clayton's brain and say he knows this when that's not his testimony. This is not how you convince people of something, by claiming that somebody else knows something. You should give your own testimony about what you know, what you did, what you said, where you were, and why you did those things. She's spending this entire interview talking about her daughter, talking about Clayton, talking about Greg. It's all fiction. Ms. Owens continued to suggest that Mr. Woodnick had contrived names of medical providers and fed information to internet content creators. Contrived names of providers? Woodnick asked Laura and Laura's attorneys for medical providers so that they could go try and prove her pregnancy, her paternity, and her miscarriage, and they couldn't. This is your fault. Laura told her mother that she didn't know any of the medical providers that Mr. Woodnick cited. Whoa. So Laura is in deposition talking about how she made all these appointments with all these providers and canceled them under oath. Meanwhile, she's back at the ranch under a cactus telling her mom that these lawyers are making it all up. Ms. Owens said that Mr. Woodnick had alleged that Laura took pregnancy hormones along with other similar theories. Laura also told her mother that she did not willingly have sex with Eckerd and that she kept saying no to the end. Uh-huh. I don't buy it. 2 blowies 5 hours apart while y'all are naked the whole time? Give me a break. I told Miss Owens that at this point, we weren't disputing the fact that Laura was pregnant. These guys are looking for crime, ma'am. I told Miss Owens that Laura did say that she doctored one test where she increased the hormone level. Miss Owens said that that document was never submitted as evidence. Laura submitted the actual medical record. The doctored record was provided to Dave Neal, a content creator and podcaster. Justice for Dave Neal. Lying to Dave Neal. The shame. The shame. Ms. Owens said that Laura was trying to get some type of commitment from Clayton to see what kind of father he would be. It's all a big test. I see how it is. Laura felt that they could have joint custody and was concerned that Clayton didn't know what joint custody was. Ma'am, you don't understand what your Fifth Amendment rights are. I don't think you should presuppose what Clayton knows or doesn't know about joint custody. Clayton's pro se response to this paternity action and his self-representation prior to hiring Team Woodnick is probably the best pro se litigant I've ever seen in these court videos. She was concerned Clayton didn't know what joint custody was. Break. Laura couldn't get anywhere with Clayton, so in July 23, they hired a law firm to act as an intermediary. Ms. Owens spoke about Laura's brain trauma. Oh boy. It's the brain trauma in the room with us. And reported that she had gotten epilepsy due to something that occurred with Maricini involving blunt force trauma, and that Maricini is a person who can't not lie. What? Even though his forensically analyzed laptop indicates that she blamed the Uber car crash. She didn't blame Mike. She believes that Mr. Woodnick and Gillespie reached out to Maricini because they learned that Laura had a case against him. She further believes, of course, that Maricini and Gillespie got together and came up with emails to appear as if they came from doctors in San Francisco saying that Laura had ovarian cancer. Why would they do that? Why would they just do that out of thin air? Why do you believe this? What is the basis for your belief? We're not talking about whether Greg has $5 in his wallet, a mundane claim. We're talking about a crazy conspiracy and hacking laptops and inventing doctors and inventing cancer. What is your basis for belief for all this across multiple participants? My cat is shocked. This was to make it look like she was doctoring all this stuff. All this stuff. This is like the Kmart version of compelling testimony. I don't know. It's just like the bargain bin green light special. What is happening here? Ms. Owens feels that Mr. Woodnick and Gillespie came up with all these items that they indicated were doctored just to make Laura seem as if she were crazy. Why would a lawyer do that? No lawyer is going to risk their license, uh, you know, inventing doctored evidence. They might make really bad arguments, like our friend Gingras. But even Gingras, he's not going to just invent doctored evidence. Neither is Woodnick. Like, it's just not going to happen. She feels that the crazier that they can make Laura seem, it would look better for them if they were ever connected to the Hoboken attack. What? If they were ever connected. This conspiracy theory in Jan's mind is this house of cards that has no foundation. I told Miss Owens that there was a lot said about ultrasounds during the hearings. Can we get back on track? They're like, ma'am, slow your roll. I asked if Laura ever had an ultrasound concerning Clayton. Ms. Owens said she knows that this is a touchy area and did not want to get into that. Uh-oh. Why is your daughter trying to have a feral pregnancy, ma'am? Shouldn't you take her to the OBGYN? Shouldn't you get her a series of ultrasounds, fetal heartbeat monitoring, a consistent OBGYN? No? She told us that she was aware that Laura said she changed something during her deposition because she didn't want Clayton to know what lab she went to. Ms. Owens said that they never submitted any sonogram to the court. Okay, that's wrong. And she doesn't believe that Mr. Woodnick ever submitted anything. What? Mr. Woodnick isn't giving your daughter ultrasounds, man. What the? She understands that Gillespie came up with 1 or 2 sonograms in his case with Laura. Came up with. Have you listened to the phone call, ma'am? Ms. Owens said that Gillespie submitted sonograms to the court saying Laura presented them to him. Laura contended at the time that she had taken the abortion pills at 8 weeks prior to the possibility of having a sonogram. I said that in the Gillespie suit, Laura said she was pregnant with twins. Ms. Owens told us that she never said that she had twins, but Gillespie claimed that she did. Why would he do that? None of this makes sense. Gillespie claimed that Laura said it was a boy and a girl. I said that I understood that only one of those fetuses passed because she only took 1 pill. Yeah, if you have twins, you got to take a double dose. You got to double barrel the abortion pill shotgun, as it were. This is unbelievable, guys. Ms. Owens said right. However, Laura maintained that she took the pill so early on that she never had a sonogram and didn't know what it was. Again, Ms. Owens stated that Gillespie case was about abortion coercion. It was never about paternity. Well, it's a whole different ballpark. It's a whole different playoff game, guys. Go Seahawks. She said that Mr. Woodnick tried to turn it into a paternity case and she didn't understand why. Well, because when you claim you're pregnant, you have to prove pregnancy, prove paternity. It's kind of how it goes, ma'am. Ms. Owens showed us a document from One Medical related to the Gillespie case. Oh, she's got a document. The document indicated that the nurse practitioner, Julie Ulrich, was concerned over Gillespie's behavior and that they were afraid of him. Laura was offered resources. I would like to hear this nurse practitioner's testimony on that. Ms. Owens mentioned that Gillespie said that Laura sent him a sonogram, and there were some emails that were doctored from Laura. She said that they don't know if he actually went into her computer because he had her passwords. Laura looked in her sent mail and didn't find it. She thinks that Gillespie either sent them from Laura's, you know, you can delete things from the sent mail folder, right? She thinks that Gillespie either sent them from Laura's email or he doctored them to look like they were from her email. And can you prove this? Or is this wishful thinking? So that your daughter's the hero instead of the villain. She said that as soon as the news came out that Laura was pregnant with Eckert's child, Gillespie and Mr. Woodnick became involved and then brought Maricini into it. Mr. Woodnick indicated that Maricini had been subpoenaed to Judge Mata's court, but that wasn't true. Oh, so Jan is an expert on subpoenas now. Ms. Owens stated that the hearing with Judge Mata was an absolute joke. An absolute joke? Maricopa County, family court, Judge Mata, an absolute joke? Are you kidding me? She didn't know how Judge Mata can conclude the things she concluded. Did you read her findings? Such as faking the pregnancy and that she took HCG. Well, ma'am, you're about to find out. Ms. Owens said that she saw Laura's stomach get bigger and bigger. What? I mean, are we in the Bronze Age? Is she out? Is she out like harvesting cactus fruit and her stomach's getting bigger? And one day she's just going to squat down in the middle of the backyard by the pool and give birth. What year is this? She added that Laura took videos and photographs with her naked pregnant belly. It's not clinical proof, ma'am. Does Jan like have a butter churn? Does she make her own butter? Like, since when is someone's stomach proof of pregnancy? She also pointed out Laura's weight gain to 130 pounds at the end of the pregnancy. I indicated that we believe that Laura was pregnant. These guys are like, I don't care. They're trying to prove crime, ma'am. They're not trying to prove pregnancy. Ms. Owens talked to us about the podcasters and the content creators such as Dave Neal and how they were affecting Laura throughout, and that Laura tried to get a restraining order against him. Bring better evidence, and Dave's content will be in line with your assertions. If you don't, you're SOL. 17 degrees in Texas. Things are, it's cold out there, guys. Stay safe. Stay safe. We're here for you. Once Laura had confirmation that she was no longer pregnant, she understood that the suit was on the dismissal calendar. That's true. And if Clayton hadn't continued his responses, maybe they would have just dismissed everything. But Clayton asked for fees and a ruling of non-paternity because you said you were pregnant by the Bachelor in the tabloids. At that time, Eckert had an order preventing Laura from contacting him. Eckert reported that Laura had sent him 500 emails. Ms. Owens stated this was a lie. Laura never sent him 500 emails. Okay, where's the folder then? Because Clayton gave his folder to the investigators. So I guess they will determine if it was 500 or 499 or 364 or 67. At this point, the case was on the dismissal calendar. Laura knew she had a miscarriage, but she didn't tell anyone. And it was verified that she was no longer pregnant, so she thought it was over. At that point, Mr. Woodnick was around before she told anyone she thought she had a miscarriage, by the way. At that point, Woodnick kept the suit going, doing all he can to make Laura seem unhinged. No, they wanted a ruling of non-paternity and a ruling on fees. The judge could have said, everybody just pay their own fees. They wanted a ruling. The judge doesn't make a ruling that Laura is unhinged. This is inaccurate description of what happened. Ms. Owens talked about the success of their podcast, the Nobody Told Me show. Of course she did. The world's best podcast. And how the Justice for Clayton cult, first of all, there's no cult. A cult is an organization. There's no organization here. A cult is an organization consistent with the BITE model of authoritarian control. No one has provided me with any evidence that there's any behavioral information, thought, or emotional control within any organization. So the idea that there's a cult is absurd, ma'am. has gone after all their guests and sponsors. Prove it. Show your W-2s. Show all the evidence of people going after all your guests and sponsors. Why didn't you do a podcast about how everybody's going after your guests and sponsors? You'd probably make a bunch of money with that podcast. Where is it? They have also tried to ruin their horse business. How? Explain yourself. Ms. Owens alleged that Mr. Woodnick is after Laura and has gone to great lengths such as to lie in his filings and statements. Prove it. And that he is trying to rehash the Gillespie case, which he lost. No. At the end of the Gillespie case, the judge said, everybody go their own way. There's no emotional distress on either side. Everybody pay their own bills. That's not a loss. I don't know, what do you call that, a tie? There's no winners in these things, ma'am. Even if you win a court case, the only people that really win are the lawyers because they get paid either way. Ms. Owens said that if you don't know what happened in Hoboken, this seems bizarre. Okay, you just explained what happened in Hoboken, supposedly, and I think it still seems bizarre. And it seems that Laura is a crazy person. I think she has personality issues. I think it's rude to say that people think, I don't know, to use this label when talking about your own daughter. I think it's a little rude. Detective Gonzalez asked if there was ever a connection made between the guy in Hoboken and Gillespie or Woodnick. Good question. Ms. Owens said, not that she knows of. Then what are we doing here, ma'am? Ms. Owens continued to provide her opinion of Mr. Woodnick and wondered why he was so focused on Laura and discrediting her. Because she filed court cases. She is the petitioner, and he's the attorney for the respondent. Do you want him to do his job or not? Ms. Owens said that she has been with Laura through all these cases, and there is no question in her mind that all of these things happened. Okay, if you are so convinced yourself, but you effectively admit to these investigators that you do not have the evidence to prove it to them, or to prove it to me, or to prove it to Dave Neal, or to someone other than yourself, my question is, why do you believe it yourself? If you are not in a position to convince other people with compelling evidence, why do you believe these claims yourself, ma'am? Is it because it makes you feel better about things? Or is it because you think these are rational, true, justified beliefs? I stated that our investigation is to see if Laura lied or tampered with evidence. They're looking for crime. Ms. Owens said that she knows the document that she sent to Dave Neal, altered HCG test, and that Laura said that she shouldn't have done it. Fair. Ms. Owens stated that Laura never changed any of the evidence in court. Incorrect. Ms. Owens again spoke of Judge Mata's ruling and that she is saying that Laura is on the hook for $150,000 in legal fees, which by now is probably double that, over that. What is it now? It's way more with all the appeals work. She said that there were no legal fees at the time that Laura filed to dismiss the case. That's not true technically, because Clayton did have to probably pay for filing fees and things like that. So saying it is zero is technically incorrect. Also, it's irrelevant because when you ask a judge for a finding of fees, you're considering the entire case, not just the point in time at which someone might have made a speculative decision. We cannot run two universes side by side and see what would have happened if Clayton had not filed Woodnick. We don't know. All we know is what did happen and what the law is, which is that the fees cover the entire case. She also feels there's something going on between Judge Mata and Mr. Woodnick. What? Another feeling, guys. Jan's Psychic Friends Network. $6.99 for the first minute, $2.99 for the second minute. Jan will read your fortune and tell you if something's going on between Judge Mata and Mr. Woodnick. Call now. Operators are standing by. This is because Judge Mata's ruling was almost word for word the same as Mr. Woodnick's press release. Was it? I don't know if that's correct. Somebody put Woodnick's press release and Judge Mata's ruling in ChatGPT and see if it thinks that they were written by the same person. Someone let me know. Ms. Owens spoke of death threats that she had received. Prove it. And some additional theories connecting this to the Gilgo Beach murders in New York or the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking case. Guys, what is going on? What is happening? Guys. What am I reading? Ms. Owens spoke of some additional theories connecting this to the Gilgo Beach murders in New York or the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking case. Ms. Owens feels that this may be part of a bigger picture. Is the Illuminati in the room with us now? Guys, what is happening? And agreed that the FBI may be looking into it. I mean, they may. The FBI may be eating chocolate donuts. Like, what is happening? She also said that at one point, Mr. Woodnick indicated that Laura stated that he and Gillespie R-worded her. Ms. Black Owens reported that Laura never said anything about the details of it. She just said they may have been involved in some fashion. Oh, well, thanks for, keeping that on the up and up, Jan. She continued by telling us that in another proceeding, Mr. Woodnick indicated that Laura alleged that he and Gillespie coordinated the attack in Hoboken. Ms. Owens told us that she wanted us to know that there was nothing presented in court that wasn't 100% true. Oh, no. Well, she would know. She continued by telling us that the things that Mr. Woodnick presented were medical records from places that had no records for Laura, but he didn't present records from the legitimate ones. Well, you were supposed to turn those over. Where are they? I told her that we do have records from the legitimate offices. Can you just imagine these investigators? At this point, they're like, Diddy, we need to leave. Let's just calm this lady down a little bit. Ms. Owens asked how long this investigation would take. I said that I hoped that it wouldn't take too much longer. These detectives, I think, are scared. They're scared, guys. Detective Gonzalez asked about Laura's computer, if she still has the one that she had when Gillespie had her password. Ms. Owens said that she was under the belief that Laura had gotten a new computer and she had been telling her to change her passwords. She treats Laura like Laura is 8. Remember, little Timmy, change your password on your tablet. Remember to eat dinner. Remember not to have sex with the ex-football player Bachelor. What? Guys. Ms. Owens then told us about an incident that Laura reported to her. Great. Laura told her mother that she was with Gillespie in a car. What does this have to do with anything? When they pulled up in front of a house, a subject was standing in front of a house and contacted them. What is this, like Are we getting the Watergate files from Deep Throat? What is happening? Gillespie told Laura that he was in the real estate business and that she should give him her phone so he could put his contact information in it. Laura told her mother that she didn't know what the guy did with her phone. Wait, so the guy in front of the house has Laura's phone, but he was monkeying with it? Monkeying with it? What is happening? According to Ms. Black Owens, Laura thought he may have done something with the phone. Okay, so there's so much maybe in her testimony or her interview, I guess. She's not, I don't think she's not, she's being interviewed. She's not in court. Oh my gosh, guys. Can you imagine her in court? This is so much speculation and feelings and maybes and something she heard, hearsay. Ms. Owens said that she wanted us to know that there was nothing that was presented in court that wasn't 100% truthful. Is she the arbiter of everything that's true or false in the world? How can she make this claim? This is an above and beyond claim. I told Ms. Owens that if Laura and Mr. Gingras want to talk to us, we'd be happy to speak with them together. Ms. Owens told us that Mr. Gingras has said that this was not his area of expertise in the law. Okay, finally, Gingras doing something right. Guys, Ms. Owens told us that she didn't want Laura to know that she spoke with us because Mr. Gingras said to let the investigators do their work. What? Gingras said to let the investigators do their work, and that's why she doesn't want Laura to know she spoke with them. What? Is she saying she only spoke with them alone because Gingras told her to? Or, well, no, he said let the investigators do their work. This does what? I can't wrap my brain around these thoughts, guys. There was not further information, and this contact concluded. We did it, guys. We almost hit 4 hours. There's another report form down here, and we will get to this in part 3, maybe tomorrow, depending upon when the football games are. You guys believe this? Gingras has an expertise. I mean, I hear he's good at flooring, putting floor tiles in. I love your readings. Well, we'll keep going. I mean, I'm gonna well, not right now, but like I'll do it, part 3. Part 3, guys. Meaning Gingras told her and Laura not to talk to them. Yeah, that's what I would expect. I would expect Gingras to say, look, these investigators are going to do their work, cooperate with them, but don't talk to them until, unless they arrest you and you get a criminal lawyer. Like, I can't imagine he would give any advice beyond that, even for him. Do we really think this case will end? I'm over here thinking, what will keep me entertained once it's all over? I mean, there's always things happening in the world, things happen. Would there be body cam footage of this meeting with the detectives? I don't think so. I think they said they aren't wearing body cam. They're not police officers. They're like detectives or investigators. So I don't think they have to have body cams. I think they even said they weren't wearing them. So that's fine. She should be a writer for a crime thriller channel. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Jan and Laura both have these sort of wild imaginations, and they can write or at least dictate some pretty amazing stories. They missed their calling in the, romance novel or whatever, crime novel world. Providing an excessive, unnecessary amount of detail is a common indicator of lying. Good point. Yeah. I mean, in general, when these people are talking to you, the go-to answers should be yes, no, I don't know, or I don't recall. I don't know, meaning I don't know now and I never knew. I don't recall, meaning I don't know now. I may have known in the past. And then if somebody asks you specifics, like, what did you have for breakfast? You can say, a chocolate donut. But just keep it simple. That's all you have to do to tell the truth. Keep it simple. None of this wild storytelling. It doesn't engender trust. How on earth were these detectives not sitting there rolling their eyes? I know. It seems like they were maybe trying to placate her a little bit. Um, Greg, did Greg give Laura's passwords to Diddy? Oh no. Why would you not bring proper evidence to court? Right? I mean, oops. The dog ate my proper evidence. The FBI may be looking for the pieces of Jan's brain that are missing. Oh, I think, it's just they didn't go through like critical thinking type of classes maybe in school or college or as a hobby. I mean, it's just a very like I'm going to tell you how I think it is because how I want it to be, I'm just going to assume that's how it is and stick with that. Um all this, I believe, I think, I wish, I heard. It's all giving that epistemology away that they have this mindset of just this invented reality. AJ Max says, I think Sarah's the accomplice, and I wonder how her and her husband ended up together. All this crazy might just sound familiar to him. I really don't know. Although I don't understand what's going on. Like, that's one thing in this document that would be interesting. Some of the information was pretty well redacted in the charges section, in terms of like how much the sister knows about what Laura was doing with these pictures and these videos that were actually her sister's. It's a big red flag. It's a big red flag. I wonder if this is the craziest case these detectives have ever worked on. And if not, I want to know what is. What else is going on in Maricopa? I mean, anybody that worked on the Lori Vallow Daybell case, that's pretty wild as well. And that one's, far more serious crimes in those sets of cases. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. I'm just looking for any other interesting comments or questions I might have missed. This really sounds like some obstruction charges should be thrown Jan's way. I mean, I don't know. She didn't get a chance to testify for June 10th. I don't think she was deposed. So I don't think Jan has ever been under oath. I used to think Jan was duped by Laura, but I don't anymore. Interesting. Man. All right, guys. Go back to the beginning. Ravello needs to just be gone. Yeah, I think they moved her back to Idaho, right? So she's just in prison forever in Idaho, along with Chad Daybell. Good riddance to them, for sure. For sure, for sure. The Jodi Arias case, that's a wild one. Okay, okay, guys. Thanks so much. We're going to pick up here on page 75 next time for part 3. Stay tuned. If you've stuck around this long, I am Bruce the Moose in Wisconsin. It's the Bruce the Moose Show. We have been reading through the new MCAO investigation report, freshly FOIA'd, freshly redacted. Have a good weekend, guys. Stay warm, and may your favorite finals football team win if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I will see y'all later. Bye.